Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros. This is the Sunday Week 15 live stream. It is me, Joey P. Joe Pisapia. It's time to win some fantasy championships. And, of course, with me, my patty cakes, Pat Fitzmaurice, to help us do it. We got all of your questions. We're going to jump right in with 2 feed here. We got the super chats going, and we know, and you know, the first 10 minutes of the show, we try to get all the super chats we possibly can in guaranteed. So let's kick things off here right at the top with our friend Avram, who is here every single show. He never misses. Pick 2, half PPR, Hall, Brown, Dowdle, or Walker. Let's start there.
Dowdle and Brown.
Dowdle and Brown. All right. And then pick 2 wide receivers for the flex. Higgins, Ridley, Odunze, Reed, Vele, Worthy, Elijah Moore, NWI, Ray, Pittman, Dobbs. My God, every receiver in the league basically is what you've got here, Pat.
Wow. Yeah, I think Higgins and Ridley are pretty easy choices here. Just best target outlooks, best, they're one of them's tied to a really good quarterback. And Ridley's getting like at least 9 targets every week, pretty much.
All right. So if we were playing, so of all those guys that we said are in, who is the flex play? Because I'm guessing to the way he phrased this that there might be a flex.
Yeah, I think it's Brees for me, Joe. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's where you roll the dice then. And then the Vikings or the Jets defense. I think I got to play the Vikings at home. That's where I'm going.
I think so
Mac
too.
Jones
I mean, Caleb Williams. Yeah, Caleb Williams has been a sack magnet. I have the Vikings ranked second behind only the Chiefs.
All right, let's go to end Will. Sit 1, B-Rob, Monty, or Lamb. Yikes. Wow, that's a good problem to have. I think.
Man. I mean, go
B-Rob,
ahead.
Right?
If he needs a safe floor, man, I mean, like we like B-Rob's matchup. I think he's a good bet for 15 plus touch. Like I think Lamb is probably the least safe guy here. So really a tough call, man. I love the Robinson matchup against the Saints. I would probably sit Lamb, as strange as that is.
Wow, that's crazy. I get it.
I know,
guaranteed RB
actually, Joe, I mean, if it's full PPR though, I think you got to play Lamb over Robinson in that case.
That was my take on it. Was like, I'm guessing it's a full point PPR, and the floor is Lamb's targets, which is going to be somewhere around 10, right? So he catches 8 of them for 60 yards, even in a bad day, right? That's 14 points. So for Robinson to get 14, he has to get that touchdown, I feel like, most likely. So
yeah,
but that's where I'm at. Brother Pickle, flex Najee, Tracy, or Elijah Moore. I'm not playing Tracy today if I can avoid it for sure.
Yeah, he's down 2 starting offensive linemen. You can't run on Baltimore. I mean, they do give it up to pass catching running backs, but I agree Najee's a little safer. And I don't want to play Elijah Moore in the weather. Joe, I am a fade the weather guy. They're calling for rain throughout that Cleveland Chiefs game and steady winds of at least 20 miles an hour. Plus you get that wind tunnel effect in that stadium. Like, I do not want to play anyone in that passing game.
Well, a couple interesting notes here where the lines tell you a lot about fantasy. So Tracy was at 45.5. That number moved to 43.5. So obviously it's been bet down because nobody thinks he can get over it. And then the interesting thing is the Cleveland Browns KC game is one of only 2 games where nobody's in the minus range to score a touchdown. Now typically it's not something you get where everybody's in the positive, which means this could be a big under coming, which could be a little underwhelming. Yeah. I want to start Winston this week on paper, but it is getting trickier and trickier by the moment.
He had a tight end question too. I'd say Calcaterra.
Yeah. Avram, Kraft, Henry, Otten, Ertz, Schultz, Frymuth, or Komet. So we're looking for a streaming tight end. Who's your favorite one between these guys?
Joe, for me, since Jordan Love came back from that early season knee injury in 10 games, Kraft has had 7 touchdowns. I'm going with Kraft.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Hunter Henry has 1 touchdown, so can't really go there. And Fryermuth I like, but Kraft is the best option. I'm with Pat. Half PPR, Fairbairn, Butler, or Bass. I'll leave the kickers to you. Or Koo. Koo's in there too.
I've got Fairbairn ranked 3rd behind only Bates and Lutz this week.
And then they're playing Higgins and Ridley this week, or am I playing Odunze? No, Higgins and Ridley is the way we're going.
Agreed.
All right, let's get to Eric's question here. Hey, pros, bros. So who do you start at RB in a Superflex Standard League? Charbonnet or Brian Robinson Jr. It's Standard.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Charbonnet ranked just ahead of Robinson. Really like both. Like they are borderline RB1s, RB2s. I've got Charbonnet 12th, Robinson 14th. So we saw Charbonnet. I don't know how many touches did he have last week, Joe? It was north of 20, right? Like, usage outlook is great again.
Question 2, would you start any of those, the remaining guy over Caleb Williams?
No, not in super flex. You got to go with the quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree. King Henry. Hey, bros, super crucial situation. Last pre-playoff game. Must win. PPR pick 2. Hall, Pollard, Judy, Pacheco, or Tracy. Well, Tracy's not in this conversation. So
Yeah, I mean,
the guy, but the weather is definitely concerning. I'm less of a fan of the weather guy than Pat is, but it's wind is the bigger issue. And in that particular stadium, it tends to tunnel. We've seen that in the past where it gets kind of crappy there. So what's the safer play here if you're going to pivot away from the weather?
So I'm playing Pollard, even though he's not complete. I think I'm playing the 2 not completely healthy guys, Pollard and Hall. Like maybe the weather makes the running game more of a big thing in Cleveland, and that helps Pacheco. But man, you said it, Joe. Like we're not going to see a very high over under for that game. So what does that tell us about like the touchdown outlook? I think I'd rather play it. If they've cleared Hall to play, they feel reasonably confident he's going to get through the game and be okay. So I would play Hall and Pollard. And then at
Ferguson or Ertz.
The Panthers really give it up to tight ends, man. I've got Ferguson ranked like 1 spot higher than Ertz. Tough call.
Okay. Majin Mike. They need to pick 2 wide receivers, Neighbors, Flowers, or BTJ.
Flowers for sure. And I've got Neighbors ranked just ahead of BTJ. We know like it's easier to throw on the Ravens than like it hasn't been glorious for Neighbors has not scored a touchdown since he's come back from that concussion. And like BTJ has still kind of worked with Mac Jones, but I've got Neighbors ranked like 1 spot ahead of BTJ. I've debated that one all week though.
And then McCormick, JT, or Tracy, 2 are in. So obviously I'm thinking it's JT and McCormick, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really close on Tracy versus McCormick, Joe. For me, I think I might have Tracy ranked 1 spot higher, but I would not argue with McCormick over Tracy at all. I mean, I hate that the Giants are so beaten up on the offensive line and they couldn't run it to begin with.
JR, flex 1, the PPR, Neighbors, Downs, or Pacheco in PPR?
In PPR, I think I'm going with Neighbors.
Okay, Jason. Good morning, bros. D-Bro is like the mini Braun Strowman of fantasy football. That's really funny. I need upside. He wishes he had muscles like that. I need upside at flex. Do I trust Breece Hall or roll with Mooney, Neighbors, or Waddle?
I'd roll with Hall, Jason. I think you get a pretty good combination of floor and ceiling. I'm just not crazy about any of those wideouts.
Why are they playing Breece Hall? They're a 3-win team. What are
that
they
is
trying
weird.
to
That is weird. I don't
understand this. Number 1, it gives you a better chance to win this game, which is not good. Number 2, it's a better chance of increasing an injury to Breece Hall, which is an asset you have here next year to woo a new coach.
Joe, remember how hard they worked Breece Hall at the end of last regular season when they were out of the playoffs and they were giving him like 30 touches a game? It's just a bad organization.
I don't get it at all. Flack attack. Morning, bro. Chachos need 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Keenan Allen, Breece Hall, Devonta Smith, Stevenson, and McCormick. So wide receiver and then 2 others.
I've got Devonta Smith ranked 1 spot ahead of Keenan Allen. I mean, it's that close. I don't like
Allen one of the flexes then?
In PPR, I think he would be, yeah. Because like Stevenson over his last 7 games is averaging like 3.1 yards per carry. I don't think he's had more than 73 rushing yards in any of those games. And
so basically it's the first 3 guys. It's Allen, Breece, and Smith.
Yes, it is for me.
All right, let's go back to Mike again. Okay, Mike is PPR, so then it is probably Lamb then. Basil, hi y'all, love the show. I had T. Higgins and Juwan. For wide receivers, need a flex MHJ Jr. or Sincere. Standard league, 36% winning chances of now.
In standard, I'm going with Sincere. MHJ, just the usage is so inconsistent, and he's probably going to see a lot of Christian Gonzalez today, which I don't love.
All right, T-Cov, PPR. See, if I'm behind anyway, I play MHJ because McCormick hasn't had a touchdown yet. Like, could you get the big game and the big touchdown and the big play from MHJ? You can. You've seen it happen. My problem with McCormick is like if I'm already down or if Ernie in a bad spot, I'm just throwing it all to the wall. And I think MHJ has more of the upside. McCormick's floor has been good, but he hasn't seen the end zone either. T-Cov, JSN, PPR, Garrett Wilson.
I've got JSN ranked a little higher. I don't think we're fearing that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
And then it's got to be
Waddle card.
Has to be Charbonnet. Has to be with the workload. I know that's 2 Seahawks, I know that's 2 Seahawks, but I think we're going to get points in Seahawks Packers, so I'm not worried
I
about
love
that.
the Seahawks. A big fan. Tumek, sit 2. Who's out? Downs.
Easy, Joe. Easy.
I'm loving this, bro. I keep picking them every week when they're underdogs, and I keep winning money. So what's not to love? And they're at home, primetime game, underdogs. And the Packers played the Lions last week. Nobody wins after they play the Lions. It's like this weird hangover. I don't know what's going on there. Sit 2. Downs, Dobbs, Bigsby, Jameson Williams. Who's out?
I'm sitting Dobbs for sure. And I would also sit Downs. I just don't know about the health. It's a tough match.
Yeah, he just came back.
They're not going to throw a lot.
Makes sense to me. All right, let's get into more of your questions. Before we do, I want to hit you guys up about Smashup Sports. Is your fantasy football season winding down? Are you out of the playoffs in a couple leagues, either because you got bounced from the playoffs already or you just didn't quite make the cut? Well, good news. We have a way that you can get paid while playing completely free fantasy football that goes all the way through the Super Bowl. With Smashup Sports, you can join 8,000 other users and play weekly for free in tournaments that have cash prizes in a single player campaign mode against fantasy experts like FantasyPros' own Pat Fitzmaurice and Andrew Erickson, or in 2 to 3 week lightning leagues. It's fun, it's easy to play, and you set your fantasy football lineup just like you would a lot of your favorite DFS sites. But then you get to use a salary cap and add smash cards that can boost certain stats of your players based on the smash cards you choose. You think Derrick Henry is going to run wild over the Giants today? Well, play the Unstoppable Freight Train card, which is inspired by me, and you get 30 extra points if he has a run of 40 or more yards. You think Joe Burrow is going to lock into Jamar Chase and play the Tunnel Vision of Love and get 3 points for every target, and Jameis Winston for 3 touchdowns? Well, if he has 3 turnovers, then play the Goldfish Memory to get 10 points for every turnover he has. Boy, points for turnovers for Winston. Sign me up. Games go through the Super Bowl, and they are 100% free with no entry fees or pay-to-win mechanics, but there's still weekly cash contests, and top performers can qualify for the postseason tournaments of champions with a $10,000 cash prizes in there. And as a special bonus for one of our favorite Fantasy Pros super fans, if you register using the promo code FantasyPros NFL, again, that's FantasyPros NFL, not only will you be eligible for the same prizes as other users, but Smashup Sports will be giving 5 new Fantasy Pros users with the highest scores in week 15 of weekly tournaments this week a bonus of $25 on top of any other prize. So sign up today using the link in the description. And don't forget, when you sign up, use that promo code FantasyPros NFL at Smashup Fantasy Sports. Let's get back to your questions for awesome Dev. Good morning, bros. In full PPR, I'm struggling to start AJB over Judy or Neighbors.
Oh, I would not struggle with that one. I mean, you're not starting Judy in the bad weather, and Neighbors hasn't done anything lately. So yeah, I'm starting AJB.
I'm with you. Half PPR, Hunter Henry, Coleman, or Watson in the flex. I'm leaning towards Christian Watson here personally, but I think you're going to like Coleman probably, knowing you.
No, I'm not liking Coleman. He's a distant third out of all these. It's a really close call between Henry and Watson. I tend to agree with you, Joe. I mean, Henry is sort of the safer floor option. I think you shoot for ceiling with Watson.
He's just got no touchdown equity, Henry.
I know. I
mean, I'm taking Watson. Watson trend line's been better too. Martini, PPR, Superflex, Bryce Young, Cooper Rush, Breece Hall, Jalen Waddle in the Superflex. I like Bryce Young.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, he's playing well, and plus he's getting a good matchup against the Cowboys with no Trayvon Diggs. Yeah.
All the Adam Thielen. Let's go to DK or pick up Ray. I'll still play DK Metcalf. I'm going to go down with that ship.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, all right. Thanks, John. Let's get to Sean's question here. Hi, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, Sean. Full PPR. Fryermuth or Akins? I'm playing Fryermuth with Pickens out.
Yeah, I was intrigued by Akins until I saw that weather forecast, and now not so much.
Same team, pick 2. Shakir, Reed, McCormick, Irving.
Shakir for sure. The Lions do not fare well against slot receivers. I think I'm starting Bucky, Joe. I mean, I know he's risky. Yeah.
Like the back might seize up on him and might go away, but I think that gives you the best chance to win, Sean. And,
Agreed.
On paper. And that's what you got to do. Robert, good morning, Bromageddon. In PPR, I have a dilemma. Who should I start? Quentin Johnson, Tyrone Tracy, Tank Bigsby.
All right, here I'm starting Tracy, Joe, because I think he's going to get something done as a pass catcher this week, even if he doesn't get much done as a runner. I think that's kind of, I think he probably gets 6 or 7 targets, 4 or 5 catches. I think his floor is probably the safest. We know the floor is pretty shaky with Quentin Johnston. Jets, Chargers, Cardinals. Yeah, the floor is indeed lava. I'm playing the Cardinals here out of those defenses. I just let me just double check that. Oh, sorry. I'm playing the Jets. I'm playing the Jets against Mac Jones and the Jags.
Yeah, the Jets are ranked 7. The Chargers are 10. And I'm looking for Arizona. They're not.
Yeah,
Arizona's 8, so they're right behind the Jets. So
yeah,
very close.
That's how I've got to rank too. Jets, then Cardinals, then Chargers.
All right, let's go to Michael Mann, great director. What up, Fantasy Bros? Need to sit one today. Standard scoring. I have Connor, Jonathan Taylor, Bucky, Irving, Rico Dowdle, and Charbonnet. If you're sitting one of them, I'm sitting the guy with the back issue, and it's Bucky.
Yeah, if you only need
up, he ain't in.
I agree. You know? The other options are so good. I mean, I've got all those other dudes are like top 16 for me, and Bucky's down in the 20s.
It's just so funny. You got all these guys.
Quite a lineup, man.
Maybe it's all flex league, you know, like they do that sometimes. Bonnie, PPR, Pacheco, or Sincere?
I'm going with Pacheco with the run likelihood of a run heavy game script in Cleveland.
He has the lowest touchdown score. He's still in the positive, but it's the lowest in that whole game. And McLeod or Reed. I'm going for the Reed bounce back.
Look, I know he's been slumping, but hey, I mean, Kirk Cousins hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 4 games, so it's not like McLeod has been in end zone.
Tua hasn't thrown a pick in 4 games. He's got 11 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins in 4 games hasn't thrown a touchdown. He's got 8 picks. It is amazing. Like the trajectory of those 2 players in the last month. John Knight, morning guys. Standard. Why a lot of standard leagues going on here? Need a flex and a wide receiver. Cooper, NWI, Watson, Dobbs, McLeod.
I still play in a few standard leagues, Joe. Don't hold that against me.
I'm going to. I'm judging you silently and out loud.
Yeah, I'm going for Cooper and Watson. I mean, Cooper is the best player of this group, and I think Watson offers more upside than Dobbs does.
All right, let's go to Mason's question. Sincere or James Cook? I got to play the total with Cook. I'm sorry.
Yep, same here.
Indoor, come on. Amari, D-Hop, or DJM?
DJ Moore. Vikings give it up to wide receivers, and I think he's probably just the best option of that. They're not going to be able to run on Minnesota. They're going to have to throw a lot.
Peter, win it in for the playoffs. Also need a ceiling. Start 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, flex, and a tight end. I have Wilson, Flowers, Thielen, J-Mo, Myers, H.N., Tracy, Taylor, Charbonnet, Jonnu, and Hawkinson. All right, so 2 wide receivers. Who do we like in this wide receiver group?
Wilson and Flowers, the first.
Agreed. I want Thielen in the flex. Pat, you good with that?
Yeah, and then so H.N. and Charbs as the.
That's where I'm going.
Oh,
and then tight end.
Wait, hold on, Joe. We're starting Thielen over Jonathan. I'm starting Jonathan Taylor over Thielen.
I'm not in a PPR. I know why you are. I know you love Jonathan Taylor, dude. I'm telling you,
too. Denver's run defense.
Good matchup for Thielen. The Trayvon Diggs is gone. Like this. I mean,
I get if it's a PPR, I won't fight you on that one. If it's half, right, Joe, I'm thinking it's absolutely.
I gotta be honest with you. I think. You know, when Richardson plays, sometimes I don't love the touchdown equity that Taylor has. I think it goes away a little bit. All right, and then Jonnu and Hawkinson.
I know Jonnu was quiet until overtime last week, but it's been sensational with him. And Hawk's target counts have been sort of subdued. So Jonnu for sure.
Fun fact, Sam Darnold, number 3 in passer rating this year. Fun fact.
That is crazy, man.
Right? It's here's the names. Ready? You ready for the names? It's gonna
Lamar is 1, right?
Lamar is 1. After that, Jared Goff at 2, 109.1. Then Sam Darnold at 108, and after that, Joe Burrow at 107. So crazy.
That is just crazy.
Sign that man. All right, let's get to Joe's question here. Love or Richardson?
I've got Richardson ranked like 1 or 2 spots higher than Love.
And then Green Bay or Commanders defense?
Washington against
questions.
Against
We're gonna
Jake
try to plow through everybody. Yeah, I'm with you. We're doing our best, everybody. Don't worry, we got a whole other hour going on too. So I see how many questions are in there. We're gonna just keep plowing through as quick as we can. James Baird, Jacoby Myers, Keon Coleman, or Quentin Johnston?
Jacoby.
One. Okay.
Jacoby.
Stink Mangione, friend of the show. Happy Sunday, y'all. My kid and I watched A Christmas Story together, and we loved every minute of it. Good. I'm glad you finally watched it. What
Fragile.
Fragile. I mean, how did you not see that one? We're watching The Ref tonight, Pat. That's our Christmas movie for tonight. All-time classic. If you've never seen The Ref, see The Ref. Amazing. Just not for the little kids. Nick, my dogs confirming Thursday. Start sit. PPR. Debro said Baker over Herbert. Still agree?
Oh, man. With the news that Ladd is most likely going to play, I moved Herbert one spot ahead of Baker.
Oh, my God.
Like
Baker's been so consistent, though. I think Baker's earned my trust. I would still play Baker.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's but we know that the Chargers suck the offensive life out of games, Joe. That is my concern with Baker this week.
They do, but I love Baker as an underdog on the road. He always shows up.
Fair. That is a really close call, no question about it, Nick.
All right,
I'm sorry, I didn't see Nick. Can we go back to Nick's question?
I can't, but the rest of the lineup, I was looking at it. We talked to Nick during the week, and it was pretty stout.
Okay,
look, I don't think you're going to win or lose based on that. I really think they're closer than you realize. Luis, Tua or Bo Nix? Man, Tua's been really good, but
Tua has been. I'm very worried about him not having Teron Armstead with the pass rush that the Texans can bring, but at the same time, it's really hard to run on the Texans, much easier to throw on them. I've got Tua ranked like one spot ahead of Nix.
That's fair. Dreadis, morning guys, sit one in the PPR. Charbonnet, Dowdle, or Connor, who's out?
Oh my God. I've got them, Joe, I've got them ranked 11, 12, 13. Dowdle, Charbonnet, Connor. I think ECR says Dowdle would be the odd man out. For me, Connor would be the odd man out.
Okay.
I can't sit anyone against the Panthers, Joe. They've given up like 400 more rushing yards to running backs.
Patriots aren't far off either. I mean,
true.
They're not.
True.
All right, let's go to Vincenzo. But look, that's a good problem to have. PPR, Jackson Smith and Jigba or Garrett Wilson?
Slight edge to JSN, Vincenzo.
All right, there we go. Oh, yes, and that's right. I already texted him yesterday, but it's Fitz's birthday, everybody, yesterday.
Thank you,
wish Pat a happy birthday on their trip around the sun. One of the best people I know. Forget work, just people. Love you, man. You do a great job here. It is such a pleasure to get up every day and work with Pat Fitzmaurice. And I can't say that about Derek Brown. Let's get to
Joe.
Jake. Hey, guys. PPR, 6 point P. I kid. I love Derek. 6 point per touchdown pass. Jameis or Nix? I think you got to play Nix now.
Yeah, Jake, just a dire forecast in Cleveland today.
And then Myers, Waddle, or Mooney?
Oh, man. I'm a little nervous about Ritter, but I still have Myers ranked just a tad ahead of Waddle. It's really close.
Okay, Brees or Tracy? I'll play Brees Hall. I'll take my chances.
Same.
Terrible spot. That could be a 37-3 game. I don't think that's out of the question.
I mean, like the Giants couldn't run anyway, and they're down 2 starting offensive line.
And they're going against the Ravens, who are giving up the least amount of rushing yards. Start 2, half PPR, projected to lose by 15. Mooney, Waddle, or Jonnu? I think I rolled the dice with Waddle here, the way Cousins has been playing.
Yeah, and he needs ceiling, so I don't want to play 2 guys from the same team. So I'd play Waddle and Mooney.
Okay. All right. Let's go to John's question here. Zay Flowers or DeAndre Hopkins?
Zay, not
Zay all day.
Bad weather.
Sean, Charbonnet or McLaurin?
Charbonnet.
Yeah. I want to get McLaurin in that lineup, though. he's going to score today.
I mean, I love the matchup, Joe, but he's only had double-digit targets once this season. I know he's been red hot. It doesn't matter. He thrives. No.
Charbonnet is absolutely the right call.
Got to.
But it's great that Terry McLaurin is going to win me money in a couple hours because his over-under was 900 yards this year. And he's at 896. So as soon as I saw that, I jumped on that so fast, Pat. I was like, what? 900 for Terry McLaurin with an actual quarterback? He's also had 9 touchdowns, a career high. Nix or Tua? This is close, but I think it was Tua we said, right?
Agreed. Yes.
All right. So Victor's question here, Devonta Smith, Jonnu Smith, any Smith, Tyrone Tracy or BTJ in the flex? Who's flexing?
I'm going with BTJ. He has worked even with Mac Jones. And, I don't fear that matchup against the Jets.
Bunting's in a 16-team non-PPR first-round playoffs. McCormick, Ridley, or Waddle? Fitzy said McCormick earlier in the week.
in non-PPR and standard, I do think McCormick gives you the safest floor here, Bunting.
This is why you guys should wait till Saturday, Sunday to ask starts it. When people start asking me on Tuesday, I'm like, guys, there's so much left to digest here. injuries, weather, all these things. Pete G, good morning, fellas. I need one. Bigsby, Tracy, or Irving. Gonna roll the dice with Irving here. I know I'm nervous too, Pete.
Yeah, but I mean, like Pete, Bigsby and Tracy don't make you nervous. Like Tracy with the bad matchup and the bad lineman, Bigsby, like we don't know what the usage is going to be week to week. So Bigsby, or excuse me, at least we've seen Bucky have some smash games. Those other guys,
Nick,
not so much.
Jaden Daniels or Tua?
Jaden Daniels.
Agreed. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you as well. What's some holiday love going on here? Marcel, pardon me. Shakir or London? Shakir, from what you said, right?
No, I would still go London here, Joe. Like I do like the
Kirk Cousins still plays quarterback, right?
I know the Lions are bad against the slot, but on the other hand, Joe, the Raiders with no Max Crosby,
I know
they are not going to be able to get to Cousins. Like I actually, and you know how little I think of Kirk Cousins.
Yes, I do.
think this is a bounce back spot for Kirk Cousins.
All right, and then another league: Brian Robinson, Charbonnet, or Zay Flowers.
I think we got to go Sharbs, right?
Probably messed up starting Juwan Jennings in both leagues. I told everybody don't start Juwan Jennings on Thursday. Everybody, Debro was so excited about Juwan Jennings again. I was like, I'm not excited. I'm not looking at last week as anything but a weird thing. And Purdy had been so bad at home all year, 32nd in the league in passer rating up until 2 weeks ago. I just knew it. I knew last week was an anomaly. I feel it in my bones. Pokemon. Got to catch them all. Full PPR, Waddle or Pollard at the flex?
I have to go with Pollard here. You know, it's just Waddle's too hit or miss. That's okay.
We got so many super chats. We got 70 deep right now. that dude tank. Tua or Kyler?
Kyler.
Really? I like Kyler, but I don't think I like him more than Tua.
I know it's an unsafe floor. No running out of Tua, plenty of running out of Kyler. And like that Armstead
there hasn't been a lot of running recently out of Kyler. That's the one thing I will say.
Yeah,
in Joe, 4 of his last 5 games, he is nowhere near his rushing prop.
Teron Armstead being out today is going to be a problem against the Houston pass rush.
I don't disagree. I'm just surprised. Like I would still play Tua, but I'm high on Kyler this week too, higher than most. And the Patriots do not tackle. Like that's the one lesson I've learned.
Sorry,
too. Like,
hate giving up the split decisions, but
no. Look again. I think Kyler might be a little safer, to be honest with you. All right, Sir Chapo, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Thielen. I gotta play Thielen. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Thielen's gonna win somebody a championship. Then play limited Breece Hall or Tracy. I'll take the limited Breece Hall. I'll take Breece Hall on one leg over Tracy.
Agreed.
This week. Let's go. Nassim, Rashad White, DK, Neighbors, or Thielen. Pick 3. Thielen, yes. I'll let you pick the other 2. I'm just gonna pick Thielen. And I have. So you're looking for touchdowns here. So it's probably
I'm gonna kick out Rashad White, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Or Neighbors. I mean, like,
see, I'm kicking out Neighbors. I'm playing White, DK, and Thielen in the half because I'm looking for touchdowns. And even with Bucky around last week, Rashad White was getting some work in the red zone.
Nassim, the over/under last I checked on passing yardage for Tommy DeVito today was like 179.5.
Yeah,
yards.
Yeah, it ain't good. Sup Pros went from 0-6 to 7-7 in the playoffs. Yeah, let's go, baby. Never quit, never surrender. Help me pick 2 wide receivers in a flex, full PPR. Marvin Harrison Jr., Waddle, Dell, QJ, Ray, Leggett. This sounds like the Wu-Tang Clan. You got QJ, Ray, Jalen Warren. Pat, look, we're playing with house money. 2 wide receivers in a flex, so 3 guys are in from this group.
Yeah, I mean, I think Waddle and Harrison are the best players and the best. And Jalen Warren in the flex by a nose over Dell. I with no Pickens, the Steelers have to run that offense through the running backs. They have no choice. It's
going to be a lot of Freiermuth and Warren, and some other guys are going to pop up there too. Let's go to I hope it's a Kessia. I'm going to say Kessia. Keisha or Kessia. Either way, if I screwed up, I apologize. Half PPR, 2 wide receiver, 2 RB, 1 flex. DJ Moore, Higgins, Marvin Harrison Jr., London, Hall, Achane, Chase Brown, Bucky, Otten, Tyrone, Tracy. So let's set the lineup here. 2 RBs. Chase Brown is in, yes?
Yes.
Achane is in, yes?
Absolutely.
RBs are done. Wide receivers. I got to play Higgins.
For sure.
Pick the other wide receiver.
Then I'm playing London. Just like a good player, and I do think maybe it's a bounce back spot.
So then you get a flex. You get one more. You got one more donut in the dozen. Where do you want to go?
I'm going with. It's between Brees and DJ Moore here for me, Joe. What do you think between those two? That's a close call.
I'm gonna play Brees against Jacksonville.
I think I would too.
I'm gonna play the running back and hope that the touches make up for it. Joe S. 2 questions, full PPR, 2 Qs. Zay,
Two
DK,
questions.
or Kelsey. Oh, it is 2 questions. Okay, Zay, DK, or Kelsey. That's what I thought it was, and I second guessed myself.
Look, I know DK hasn't scored a touchdown in 4 games, hasn't been over 70 yards in 4 games. I'm still going with DK over Zay. I fundamentally believe in the big, freakishly athletic wide receiver who's been terrific throughout his career.
And then BTJ or Jonathan Taylor. Oh my God, all Pat's favorite things.
I'm going with JT.
Okay, JT it is. Let's go to Mike. Happy bro holidays, bros. I have B-Rob and Charbonnet at RB. I would also like to flex James Cook. Would you play Mooney or Hopkins instead of Cook? Nope, play all the RBs.
Agree with Mike. Yep.
Let's go to Lenny the Great. I cupped on Thursday night. Ooh, is that what we're calling now? Cupping? Gross. I need 2 of these guys to save my season. AJ Brown, Moore, Waddle, or Laddle. AJ Brown's in if I'm going to try my
For
best.
sure. And Lad against the Buccaneers who get scorched.
That's where I would go too. I'm already down. Like, let's light it on fire.
Yeah, so why not risk? I know knee and shoulder
I'm like
issues.
the Joker sliding down the money and then he lights it on fire.
If there is one of those other receivers who's going to get you like 170 yards, it's Lad.
Where's the Italian? Let's go to Cool Keith. Bench 1, James Cook, Rico Dowdle, Amari Cooper, who is out.
I'm benching Amari.
I think it's Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're both of the same mind there. Josh, AJ Brown, or Devontae in the full? I gotta go with Brown after chirping. I just do.
Same. I agree. Like I know it's a tough matchup and things haven't been great lately, but AJB is just an alien.
And AJ Brown needs to shut up too and just play a little bit because look, you're winning. You're a much better team than you were last year. Hurts isn't. I know it's not fun for your stats, but come on, man. Like,
agreed.
You're on the press. You're the second best team in the NFC. And that means something right now because you were not last year. Gerald, Baker Mayfield, or Jordan Love? 6 points passing touchdown.
I'm going with Baker Mayfield. The passing volume is just too unpredictable with Love. They like to run the ball, man.
Mm-hmm. Adams, Neighbors, Dowdle, BTJ, Ramondre. Need 1 wide receiver and a flex.
I'm playing Adams for sure and Rico. Got to play Rico against the Panthers.
Yep, agreed. All right, let's go to Asher, Pacheco, or Jameson Williams at flex.
Oh, man. I think Pacheco is safer because I think that's going to be a run-heavy script. We know it's a wide range of outcomes. Do you feel differently about with a game with a point total of like 54, Joe?
I do.
Does that steer you towards
it does. I think their touchdown equity is equal, and Vegas is telling me it's about the same.
Yeah, Vegas is saying like 2 more touchdowns in that game than in Chiefs-Browns. So I
but the individual touchdown equity is about the same in that game. You know, you're just kind of threading the needle with Pacheco, and you could always lose it to Kareem Hunt still. It's not.
Yeah, I get it. My Pacheco call, not a strong feeling. That one is
Hopkins or Flowers for John.
Got to be Flowers, John. The weather report is dire in Cleveland.
Burrow or Jaden Daniels? Oh. Yes, I tried to trade down. I wouldn't have brought that up this year, Brian.
I don't think the weather report is great for Nashville either. I saw that it's going to be pretty breezy there, and maybe they get a little bit of rain. So I moved Daniels. I'd had Burrow QB3, Daniels QB4. I flipped them last night, Joe.
All right, need 3. London, McLaurin, Flowers, Addison, or Neighbors. McLaurin's absolutely in from this group. 2 more.
I'm starting the first 3, and I know Addison's been hot, but Addison has also had 42 or fewer receiving yards in 5 of 11 games this year. And, you know, some days he's going to get 5 targets because Jefferson's there.
Cedric, half PPR, Brees Hall, Malik Neighbors, or Brian Thomas Jr.?
We rolling with Brees, Joe? I think I'm rolling with Brees.
Yeah, I am. I mean, because he was your first round pick too. It's like sometimes you got to see things through to the end. I don't know. Maybe that's just my personality. Like, that would bother me a lot more if I sat my first round pick and I lost because of it. Like, that would just piss me off. Yeah. Let's go to Brendan. Start 2, Bucky, Wilson, Ladd, or Ridley?
I think I'm starting Wilson and Ladd here, Joe. What about you?
Right. I would agree. Awesome, Dev. Full PPR, start 2, running backs 1 flex, HM, B-Rob, Connor, Dowdle, Judy, Neighbors.
So, all right, it's going to be all running backs. Achan, I'm playing Rico against the Panthers, And then I have Connor ranked one spot ahead of Brian Robinson.
Okay, and then
I am starting Mahomes.
Go.
So Mahomes over Jameis. You're getting
you
bad
made them
weather.
one person. They had a baby. It's Mahomes.
I mean, like the Chiefs we've seen that their short passing game is pretty good. Like that's how their preferred way of moving the ball. And I think maybe the short passing game gets affected less than Jameis's game by bad weather.
Imagine. Also, Jameis's ability to hold on to the football.
Yeah.
Kraft or Ferguson, again, to the tight ends you like. This is a tricky one.
Kraft, again, 7 touchdowns in his in Jordan Love's last 10 starts.
David, Jaden Reed or Najee Harris?
I think Najee's safer. I'm going Najee.
I think you have to play Najee there. Standard scoring, again, I have Achan, Connor. I haven't seen this many standard questions all year. Kieran, Achan, Connor, Taylor, B. Rob, Charbonnet, pick 3. Love the show. Thanks, Kieran. Charbonnet's in, Achan's in.
And yep. And then I have Connor ranked one spot ahead of Brian Robinson. And man, Connor, B. Rob, and Taylor. No, those guys are within 4 spots. I actually have Taylor as the lowest ranked of those running backs. I'm not a complete Wisconsin homer, Joe.
I know, but in the beginning of the year, I remember you and I having flat out arguments about Taylor and me being very off of him. And I was like, I can't keep chasing a couple of years ago. It's just live in the now, in the words of Garth from Wayne's World. Full PPR, Waddle or Pollard?
I'm going with Pollard just because of the certainty of touches. And I'm going with the Atlanta defense. Joe, you don't start a defense against a run-heavy offense, and Philly has the run-heaviest offense in the league.
Brett, start 3. Hopkins, Evans, J-Mo, Kamara. I think Hopkins out.
Yeah, he is. No question.
And then Eagles defense or Cardinals defense?
Cardinals, again, don't play a defense against a run-heavy offense, and Pittsburgh's the second run-heaviest offense. And for QB...
Stroud or
Nix for me.
The confidence level we have of saying the name Bo Nix is stunning to me.
It's weird. And Joe, even though like he's stopped running, he hasn't run for the last month, but his passing is picked up. It doesn't matter.
I know. I could not have been more wrong. I really had incredible doubts about Bo Nix in the NFL, but just goes to show you the right coach in the right environment. That's all you need. Just ask Sam Darnold. Pollard, DJ Moore, Addison in the flex.
I'm playing Pollard here, Joe.
Okay. Jonathan McMaster, James Cook, Waddle Flowers, in the full point PPR.
That's another one. I am inclined to lean towards the running back here with the certainty of touches.
All right. By the way, we were talking about Ladd McConkey before. It looks like he has a 77% chance of playing. Our good friend and producer Seth giving us that information via the Are They Playing tool. So if you want to know, are they playing? Go to fantasypros.com/are they playing? And you can find out whether or not a player is in or out based on our accurate predictions, whether an injured player will play. It's based on taking AI, the power of AI, and years of injury data at our fingertips and giving you the best percentage of whether or not a player is going to be in or out for this week. And this is a big week. Obviously, this is our route to the championship. So make sure you use this tool at fantasypros.com/are they playing. Let's go to Joe next. Start 2. Cook, Dowdle, or McCormick. It's Cook and Dowdle for me.
By the way, no question mark in that URL, despite the way Joe read that. So
are they playing?
It's Cook and Dowdle. I agree. Totally.
We were talking about this. Can you put a question mark in a URL? We actually asked that question the other day if that was possible, because I don't think you can because of code. I think it's like I don't think you're able to do it. Uriah, PPR, need one more wide receiver and one flex. Lamb, Dowdle, Bowers, McLaurin, Neighbors, Monty, MHA. There's no way I'm not playing Montgomery. Like, I'm just sorry. I got to play Montgomery. How about you, Pat?
You're playing Monty over Rico?
Oh, man. I mean,
I'm playing Rico against the Panthers, man. Like, and I know Monty is a good matchup too. Like I have Rico
Monty's
ranked higher.
So good. Well,
he has.
Fun fact about Monty. I'm going to run through because this is the one thing people don't realize. The receiving yards, right? Everyone's like Jahmyr Gibbs, 33, 36, 36,
lately. Yep.
20, 24, 23. That's going all the way back to week 9. And then on the rushing side, he has been just pulling it up right here. Again, last week, 51, week before 88, I know it was a down week against Indy, but before that 75. Like, I don't know, man. I'm chasing touchdowns right now, but where would you go?
The Panthers just get trampled every week by running backs.
They do. So, okay, if you play Dowdle, who's the wide receiver in? Is it McLaurin? Is it Lamb?
Between Lamb and, I think I'm going Bowers here, Joe.
Well, you can't. He needs a wide receiver and a flex.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
why is Bowers not playing tight end? I don't understand.
Yeah, Bowers is our number one ranked tight end. Maybe wideouts and tight ends are combined in this league.
Maybe it's like a big
oh man, in that like if you can combine them, I would play Bowers over Lamb, but otherwise, I guess Lamb versus McLaurin. Joe, how do you feel about in PPR? I gotta go Lamb.
Yeah, I think you have to play Lamb at full point PPR.
Yeah,
that's a tricky, weird league.
Really,
Charles, half PPR. Need 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. JSN, MHJ, DK, Braylon, Amari Cooper, Worthy. Also Ferguson, Pitts. Well, Ferguson, Pitts. Let's do that first.
Ferguson.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay, so 2 wide receivers and a flex from the rest of the group. JSN in.
Two wide receivers and 2 flex.
2 flex. Like.
Yep. So JSN in, DK Metcalf in. I don't really want to play Braylon Allen, so I guess we're playing Marvin Harrison Jr., and I'm playing Amari Cooper over Worthy in the bad weather.
Yeah, now. Yeah, in the weather, especially now. Kendall Pickens, full PPR, Cook or Pollard?
I'd rather play Pollard.
Okay. Let's go to
Cowboys or Cardinals. I would play the Cardinals.
Moon.
Hold on. I just want to check on that real quick, Joe. Sorry.
Okay.
I have the Cardinals ranked ahead of the Cowboys. Yeah. Cowboys are just too banged up.
Chuba, Dowdle, Connor, Charbonnet. Boy, it's the same 4 people every time.
I know, man. Chuba a must for me, and then I've got Rico ranked 11th, Charbs 12th, Connor 13th, man. So for me, it's Rico against the Panthers.
Okay. Sorry, just trying to pull up the next one here. Let's go to Greg. Greg, good morning, bros. Standard league. I have Adams and Wilson. AJ Brown is my other wide receiver. Don't think I should stack. I have Rashad White, Cooper available for flex.
Well, so play AJ Brown. Do we agree we like Adams a little more than Garrett Wilson and that he should not play both?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say AJ Brown, Adams, and then if you need a third out of those guys, I would personally play Rashad White, Greg.
I would agree. Let's go to Marcel. Also, do you think Swift plays tomorrow night, or should I start Warren? Well, considering Roshan's already out, I think Swift is gonna do everything he can play.
So last week, I guess it was the same pattern where they kind of they kept Swift out of practice and he got one in at the very end. And I think they were sort of pointing out that it's followed the same pattern this week. I think Swift probably does play. I would.
And then should I start Warren? Depending on over who, but I think Warren's an okay start this week as a flex.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd play him rather than risking a Swift scratch. I think it's close enough. I mean, like I have Swift ranked higher.
I'm fine with just playing Warren if you don't.
Yeah, I mean they have to be RB heavy this week against the Eagles with no Pickens.
Swift has a 78% chance of playing according to the Are They Playing tool. Jason, good morning. QB, tight end, kicker question. 1 point PPR. Winston or Rodgers? Rodgers this week.
I'm playing Rodgers against the Jags.
Otten, Smart or Pitts?
Otten, I think, is the play at tight end.
Man, he's been ice cold lately. But you're right. Then we have Folk, Reichard, Aubrey, or Lutz, or Pinero.
I have Lutz ranked the highest of these guys this week, Joe. Lutz has been scoring a lot. He gets the altitude boost in Denver.
All right, come on, bros. Drag me across the finish line. Love, Stroud, or Winston?
Love. I hate the offensive line for CJ Stroud. I've been fading him all year, and it's kind of served me pretty well.
DJ, Shakir, Thielen.
We can only have one of those.
Dude, he's got 22 targets in 2 weeks. What are we doing here? Like, I know it's Bryce Young, but like Dallas is not good. Dallas has not shown you they're going to rally around. I've got hard.
Yeah, I've got those guys squeezed together tightly in my rankings. I've actually got DJ Moore ranked highest.
All right, I'm sticking on planting the flag on Thielen there. PPR pick 2, Monty, Connor, Dowdle.
So Monty is the odd one out for me, Joe.
Man, this is a tough time.
Those guys should win really close together. Man, Tommy's got a really good team.
Yeah, big tune-up, must win. I've got Dowdle, Pacheco, Stevenson, Tracy, Braylon Allen, Devontae Smith, Shakir, Jets, and Packers. I need 2 RBs, a flex, and a defense. All right, so Jets or Packers?
I am playing the Jets against the Jags.
Okay, and then RBs. Dowdle's in for you, right? I assume.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so is it Pacheco, Stevenson, or Tracy, or not Allen? Probably it's really Pacheco or Stevenson at this point.
I would play Pacheco in the bad weather. Play the guy who's probably going to get 20 carries in rain.
And I'm flexing Shakir against the.
I like
Lions.
that too. Lions really give it up to slot receivers. It's a good spot for Shakir.
All right, let's go to Grits. Thanks, guys. I'm in first week of playoffs. Pick one wide receiver, one flex, please. Coleman, Downs, Elijah Moore, Thielen. Yeah, and then RBs, Tracy, Najee Harris, or Stevenson. I'm playing Harris.
So we get one flex out of this. Najee. Yeah, I'm good with Najee over Stevenson and Tracy.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go here. All right, let's go to Jason. Good luck to everyone in the fantasy playoffs. PPR flex, Jameson Williams, Tracy, or Sincere. You're an underdog. I'm playing JMO and hoping for the best.
Same.
Like, that's it, man. Let's just roll the dice. 12-team Superflex, PPR. You're either going to win by 20 or lose by 50. So at least either way, you know, it wasn't going to be close. It's 12-team Superflex, half PPR, tight end premium. Need a Superflex QB, wide receiver, 3 flex. I have Winston, Hopkins, JT, and Myers, and Connor and Myers starting. This, or you prefer Cousins, Keenan, Westbrook-Ikine, Kraft, or Smart over any of these others?
Man, it's close enough for me between Cousin and Winston. Like if they show that stadium before the game and it's raining there, I'm probably playing Cousins. If it's not raining, I'd probably play Winston.
And anybody else? I mean, I think we want to. Do you want to take Hopkins out for anybody?
Yeah, I do.
Kraft?
Oh man, like
Kraft or Keenan Allen. Those are the only two you can make the argument
for.
For.
Yeah. Yeah, I would play Keenan Allen over Kraft, I think.
All right. All right. Let's continue on here. Let's go to first place in a bye. Thank you guys. But tight end has been a main issue, and I lost Hill. Thinking about week 16 and 17 finals, we pick up Kraft, Henry, Ertz, Kraft. So that's an easy one. Let's try to pick up the pace here because I know we got so many questions to get to. My opponent is Jerry Jeudy, and I'm deciding between Jameis Winston or Hurts. No, you're not. It's Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, stop. Ugh, I don't like when this happens. This is ridiculous. David Berry, half PPR, D2, Stevenson, Addison, Jeudy, or Pacheco?
I'm going with Pacheco and Addison. I don't want to play Jeudy in the rain.
I got to win because I played Purdy. Need a flex. McLaurin, Higgins, DJ Moore, Waddle, Tracy, Swift.
I got to go T. Higgins, Joe.
Okay. Next up here is Achan or Charbonnet?
Achan.
Close
call. Really good option.
Let's get to Eric. Good morning. Full PPR. Need 2 RB, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. Chase Brown, Jacobs, JT, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. Okay, so let's do the RBs first. Chase Brown in.
And Jacobs in. Top 5 for me, both of them.
Okay, wide receiver. London, BTJ, Addison, McConkey, Reed.
London and Ladd are my first 2.
And who's left in the flex for you then?
I would play Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also play Breece Hall. Yes.
Yep. There you go. All right. Let's go to half PPR 3. Evans, CD, Judy, DJ, Terry.
Evans, CD, and Terry.
Agreed. Tight end, Pat Frymouth or Andrews?
Andrews has been good lately, Joe. I'm going with him over Freiermuth.
Fairbairn or Sanders for kicker?
I think I have Fairbairn ranked. Hold on, Joe. I'm sorry. Let me just check this really quick. I have got Fairbairn ranked higher.
All right, let's go to Jeremy. Had Cup's beautiful performance on Thursday. Half PPR, DJ Moore or Thielen?
Oh, Joe, I know we're opposed on this one.
Sorry,
it's
confident.
It's more for me, but Joe is more confident in this than I am. And then Najee over Sincere, right?
Dude, I just like the way Bryce Young's playing. And then Najee over Sincere. Yeah, definitely go that way. All right, let's go to C. Powell, full PPR. Need RB, 2 wide receivers and a flex. Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, not Taysom Hill. Tyreek Hill. Taysom Hill. Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, Sutton, Achan, Gibbs, Charbonnet, or Connor.
Oh, man. Okay, look, we're playing Amon-Ra, Tyreek, Achan, Gibbs, and then I know, Joe. What do you think? Charbonnet or Sutton?
I'll take Charbonnet. Just the
Me
touches.
too.
And then
Me
Mayfield
too.
or Herbert. We talked about this. It's very close. I think
Yeah, I've got
easily with
Herbert ranked
I'm
one
leaving
spot
Mayfield.
higher.
Again, I think it's going to be very close at the end. Let's go to Juan. Pick 2 out of 5 for the flex. The PPR. Moore, Mooney, Pollard, Sutton, Thielen.
Pollard and Sutton for me.
Okay. And then Hunter, Henry, or Freiermuth.
I've got Henry ranked higher.
Okay. Next up here is, let's go to Michael's question. Start 2 in the full point PPR. Dowdle, Lamb, and Higgins.
Oh, man. I cannot not play Rico Dowdle, and I would play Higgins over Lamb.
Okay. Let's go to Rick. Non-PPR, Elijah Moore or Neighbors. I'm playing versus Winston.
I would still play Neighbors and just be happy your
too.
opponent has Winston in the rain and win.
I would fade away. Yeah, let's fade that whole thing if you think Winston's going to be bad. Charbonnet, CJ, or Winston in the Superflex.
Stroud, yeah.
Probably where you're going, but I get it. Vincenzo. Thanks, gentlemen. Start 3, full PPR. Kamara, Chase Brown, Charbonnet, Jacobs.
Kamara is the odd man out for me, Joe. Like, he's a little banged up. I don't think they're going to press it. I think they're going to give Kendre Miller some work today.
Myers or Stevenson in the half.
Ramondre.
Okay. Bamba. Pick 1. Thielen, Pacheco, Addison, BTJ for flex.
I got to go BTJ here, Joe. He's just been so good, even with Mac Jones.
Chef, morning, Joe, and happy belated to Fitz. That's right.
Thanks,
PPR, Kraft or Laporta.
I've still got Laporta ranked higher. I just think there's a little more TD equity in that high scoring shootout. Should be a high scoring shootout.
Let's go to Cooper, Coleman, Watson, Sincere McCormick, in the other spot, or the other tight end. Those are your options.
Yeah, I'm half PPR. I think I'd go with McCormick and Cooper, Joe.
Okay. Playing the total of that big game against Detroit. Ertz or Mark Andrews? Andrews, I think, for both of us. Yes.
Agreed. Yes.
Okay. Let's go to, and I don't envy Tom and Welsh taking over, because we've been through over 100 questions in an hour. And guess what? There's going to be 100 more questions to answer. So stick with us. Don't worry. We're going to try to get to as many as we can. The boys are all caffeinated. It's going to be a good time. Jacob, PPR, sit 1, Dowdle, Brees Hall, Dowdle. Dowdle twice. Yeah, Dowdle twice, isn't it? Or Charbonnet. He really wants to play Dowdle.
So do I. In that matchup, I don't blame him, but I would sit Brees Hall here.
Sit the guy who's not healthy. Start 2, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jameson Williams, or Shakir Waddle.
I'm starting Shakir against the Lions and their slot funnel defense. And
I play everybody in that game then. That's
I'd play JMO too. Yeah.
Just go right in for it. Just play the total. All right, let's go to Gareth. Playoffs bye. Thanks. Would you drop Goff for Chicago next week for Richardson? No, I would not. I'm not dropping Jared Goff.
I would not either.
No, not doing that. PPR, pick 1, half. DJ Moore, JT, Bigsby, Dell.
I'm playing JT.
Okay. Let's go to Never Forgotten, full PPR, choose 2, Sutton, London, Higgins.
London, the odd man out.
London is the odd man out. Next up here is Issa, James Conner, or Brian Robinson Jr.
I have Conner ranked 1 spot higher, Issa.
Michael, half PPR, Swift, ATN, or Bigsby.
I mean, I guess I'm going with Bigsby. I just don't want to chance it on Swift.
I would roll the dice with Swift. 80% chance of him playing. I think that's pretty good. Again, if Roshan wasn't already out, maybe I'd be a little bit more antsy about it. But
ideally, you'll be able to pick up Travis Homer just in case.
Yeah, woohoo! Fantasy's won and lost by Travis Homer. Pug Dad, James Cook or Tracy? It's Cook, and then MHJ or
MHJ. Yeah,
this is an easy one. Freiermuth or Otten?
I've got Muth. Yeah, same here.
I got, especially with Pickens out. All right, and Brian Hamilton, Sincere McCormick or Brees Hall?
Hard to tell what the touch count is going to be for Brees, Brian, but Sincere is just not that appealing an alternative, so I'd go with Brees. I mean, we know he's 20 times the player.
Fitzy and I are going to take a break, and then when we come back here after the break, Tom and Welsh are going to pick up right where we left off, taking your questions. Week 15 is here, and so are we to answer your questions. Don't go anywhere. FP Live will be back right after this quick break. Have you ever felt like you're just guessing when you're placing a bet? Look, we've all been there, hoping for that big win, but lacking the confidence to back our picks. Well, what if I told you that you could turn those hunches into winning strategies? Betting Pros will transform you from the casual bettor into a betting pro. First up, meet the Prop Bet Cheat Sheet and Prop Bet Analyzer. Sync your fantasy league with Betting Pros by signing into your FantasyPros account and review your players' weekly props with all the historical data right at your fingertips, and you'll be able to make confident over-under decisions. You'll be ready to dominate all those prize picks and underdog pick'em leagues with our exclusive prop projections and correlated picks that will empower you to build data-driven pick'em parlays. Say goodbye to the guesswork and hello to strategic betting. And if you have a gut feeling about a player or a team's performance, with our betting systems and our system builder, you can turn that intuition into a profitable system. Create your own betting system for free and receive ongoing bets that match your criteria all season long. This all sounds great, right? The best part, though, is that you can get a free trial of Betting Pros Premium right now. If you've never had Betting Pros Premium, just head over to bettingpros.com/apps and download the Betting Pros sports betting app and activate your free trial on the upgrade screen. Start your journey to becoming a true betting pro today.
What is up, friendos? Not caffeinated enough. Joey talking about the caffeination because there are a lot of you with a lot of questions, but we're ramped up to do it. I'm Chris Welsh. That's Tom Strachan with Week 15, Hour 2 start and sit questions. Tom, I have missed you, my friend. You ditched me for a month just to come back for the playoffs.
Yeah, man, been busy. My day job forced me to work a weekend for the first time in like 12 years. Like, that's no fun.
Get out of here with that day job nonsense. Let's not do that. All right.
To...
So I'm going to tell you guys this. We're about to go into hyperdrive. We usually guarantee, and no one has told me this, no upper, no anybody. We usually guarantee if you drop a super chat in the first 10 minutes, we will get to it. I'm not guaranteeing nothing to anybody at your own risk. We are jam-packed. But you know, if you come and hang out an hour or two, we do a great job. We're going to plow through these. I'm going to do my best to get through every single one as we had. But I'm just letting you know, I got a giant queue. So if you guys would like, drop the super chat to make sure your question is targeted. If you don't, I'm going to try my best to also hit some non-super chat targeted questions for us to answer. We will probably even dial down the crazy breakdown analysis, even just slightly a little bit so we can get to more questions, because I get it. You guys got a lot of questions. So I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but feel free to put them in here because we're here to answer them. That's what we do. Mr. Tom Strachan, are you ready to hit hour 2?
Born ready for it. Let's go, man.
Born ready. Damn right. All right, let's start with the big dog that's down here. Jason Murphy with a big dog in the Joe and Fitzy hour. By the way, happy birthday to Fitzy. Everybody send him a Fitzy happy birthday message. Jason says, quarterback, tight end, kicker, defense question. Why so much? Winston or Rodgers? Let's start there. That is.
I'm going.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
I'm going Rodgers against the Jags. I think he gets his second 300-yard passing game in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's interesting that you went right there, because I was going to say this is clearly Winston, except that weather. I'm a little I'm a little weathery sometimes, and it has tamed down. It got up. I'm checking this one, by the way, because I'm a great friend. I completely tailed my buddy Derek Brown. He wanted to ladder. He texted me last week. We're laddering DeAndre Hopkins this week, and I said, okay. And I did it, and then I looked at the weather after, and I was like, D-bro, I don't know if this is great. And I've been tailing the weather. It has moved from expected rain to chance of rain. That's good. Winds got up to 21 miles per hour, down to around 17. So there might be some good hope that maybe it doesn't get nuts. Throwing all of that out there, it is a pretty good matchup for Rodgers. I'm probably still sticking Winston. I have him higher. So I'm going to go with Winston. Rodgers makes some sense. That wasn't super quick. Otten, Smart, or Pitts?
That one's going to be Otten for me.
Otten also. Erickson loves a little Stone Smart, though. I don't. And let's not talk about Kyle Pitts, especially when we talk about Erickson. Kicker, Folk, Lutz, Aubrey, Pinheiro. I'll go with Aubrey.
Yeah, I don't mind Aubrey. Pinheiro inside at least, so that one makes sense as well. But Aubrey's probably the highest ranked one I've got.
Probably. And then Carolina, Green Bay, Chiefs, Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, just too easy there.
Yeah, I'll go with that. There you go, Jason. Thank you for the big old monster super chat. All right, let's jump back into the top of the queue. KJ, come up on the board here. Full point PPR, one wide receiver and a flex. Lamb, Rico, T, Bucky, Judy. A lot of Bucky stuff. I have a feeling we're getting a lot of Bucky questions. I've already got them in the Discord of people like, if he's there and healthy, do you trust him? Not really, not 100%. But what say you? One wide out and one flex.
I think I'm probably going T Higgins there, and then the next one would be Rico for me. I know that it feels a bit messy putting Lamb on your bench, but I just feel like the matchups are better for the other two.
I like Lamb this week, but I will say prop wise, he's been going down. The wide receiver yards came up, popped down about 2 yards, started to creep back up. Rico's a slam for me. You have to start Rico here.
Yeah.
You got enough options that Bucky doesn't really do much for me. I'm fine with T, but I actually lean a little bit of Lamb. So I'm a little bit on that Cowboys offense, which is weird. But, if you don't want to, there's a little bit more inherent risk because Cooper Rush that, T and them throwing the ball. T's probably actually a little bit safer, but, just slight lean to Lamb. But Rico's the slam. Do we agree Rico is like the slam?
Oh, yeah, massively. Got to play him this week.
Okay. Morning, guys. Sit one. Bucky, Hall, Garrett Wilson.
I think it's probably Hall. Just not much faith in how healthy he is, and it just doesn't feel great.
Yeah, but we do know like Brees looks like he is playing. Do we have the official word on Bucky? I think it's still kind of dicey out there, isn't it?
I think all the reports were saying that he was going to play. I just think like when we last saw Brees Hall as well, it just didn't look particularly great. So I'd feel better sitting him, but I do get the Bucky one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I lean Brees right now because it feels more like he's gonna play. I don't like either one of those. Garrett Wilson is the play, so we're on opposite ends a lot so far this morning. Sit two. Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas, Keenan Allen, Tank Dell, Waddle. Well, Keenan's a slam sit. Who's the other wideout to sit?
Yeah, I think it's probably Tank Dell for me. I mean, the Dolphins give up a lot of deep plays, but where Tank Dell's been making his business as close to the line of scrimmage, and they're good at defending that area.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Tank, and so we got one that we agree with. Adam, what's up? Flowers, London, Evans, DJ Moore. We are starting two. And we're starting DJ Moore and London, right?
Yeah, agreed. No changes there.
Yep, that's an easy one, Adam. We got you covered. Courtney, what's up? Morning, fellas. I love these all, by the way. These are like, just no one cares, but this is from like a half an hour ago. These are all for Joe and Fitzy, and we're answering these. But hello. Metcalf, Thielen. Morning, fellas. Have Metcalf, Thielen. Worried because of rain, I see. And more. I have, should I change, have Vele, MVS, Reed, Coleman, QJ, pick 2, standard league 3 win playoff.
No, you're good with what you've got.
Yeah. Is there rain? I just looked at the weather report before I came on. Is there rain scheduled in the Cowboy Panther game?
I didn't think so.
I'll look at NFL weather right now. There is a slight chance of rain. Really low wind though. It's like 45 degrees, 23% chance on rain. I don't know. That's not enough to make me worried. The stupid Cleveland game is with those 17-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, also, that's new. Denver, 20-mile-an-hour wind scheduled right now. Wind scares us more than anything else. So what did we pick? We picked Metcalf and Thielen, right?
Yeah, just staying as was.
All right, Peter. It's half PPR. Still Thielen over Taylor and flex. Which Taylor?
Yeah, I can't think of a Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor? No.
Where do you have?
I'm going Jonathan Taylor over. I'm not like a Jonathan Taylor massive stan, but I'll go Jonathan Taylor over Thielen. Touchdown equity.
Yeah. No, I've got Jonathan Taylor at 25 in my flex rankings, and then Thielen's down around sort of 40 range, 45. So
former 49er John Taylor, number 82. My guy. Are you going Thielen over Jonathan Taylor?
No. I'm with you on Jonathan Taylor. Sorry. Yeah. I was thinking it was like Patrick Taylor or something to start there, but of course,
okay.
Been through that game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we all did. It was like a gauntlet we did. Help playing the points leader projected loss by 15. Denver, Minnesota defense. Let's start there. Denver or Minnesota defense?
Minnesota for me. I mean, look, I know Caleb's been better. Vikings still top ranked defense this week for me.
Agreed. Also, start 3, Tracy, Mooney, Thielen, Downs, Davis if Brees is out. Doesn't look like Brees is going to be out. So Davis kind of gets kicked by the wayside. You don't love Tracy against Baltimore, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm starting Downs over Tracy because of volume. So I think I'm going Thielen, Mooney, Tracy.
Yeah, it's the first three for me as well.
Okay, so we're in agreement on there. Do you think Tracy's gonna? Are you worried about a dud against that Baltimore defense? They might also just be down so much that like they're just gonna have offensive snaps more in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's like if he gets there, it's through the pass catching side of things, which he has been doing at times over recent weeks. He's been getting more involved there, but I don't have much faith in it.
Do you recall a line bigger in recent history? I know there was, but it was 16.5 last I looked.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
recall like a NFL line. I feel like there is one. If somebody knows it in the chat, drop it. And Seth, maybe you'll see it. I know we got a bazillion questions. I'm just curious. Last 5 years, I feel like there was like an 18.
Yeah, I think it's like those kind of like week 17, 18 games where you see teams who are completely dead and buried maybe sometimes. But
I
yeah,
can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Let me get back to the questions. And we had, how about them boys? MHJ or Tracy? Marvin Harrison or Tracy?
I like Marvin Harrison this week. I think that, he's been sneaky good. I mean, the touchdowns have kept him alive, and I think that the Cardinals are in for a good day today.
I think like I'm comfortable with that. The level of what we're talking about with Tracy worries me enough that I would be comfortable with Marvin Harrison, but I don't think Marvin Harrison is a slam play. And I think it is representative of why you're asking that question. A couple weeks back, that wouldn't really be a question. Seth said, I remember when Peyton Manning was rolling with the Broncos, wasn't there a 21-point spread against the Jags? Yeah, like that. See, that sounds right. That's even further back than I was thinking. I just feel like it was like 4 or 5 years ago, there was something. That's a good call. We should look on that. But again, anyone on the chat, you find a better line. Okay.
Buffalo Jags a couple of years ago, around 20 points, and we lost outright. JP made beat saying so. So I don't remember that one, but maybe.
That's sexy that the Buffalo just lost outright as 20-point favorites. Oh my God. What's so crazy about those two? I mean, you know how disaster it can be, but it's like, if you like to tease it all, tease that up a little bit, get like 26 points. I mean, this game, you get like you get 3 touchdowns for the Giants against Baltimore. But I mean, we know the risk that's going on with it. All right, more questions coming up. But friends, is your fantasy football season winding down either because you got bounced from the playoffs? Very sorry, probably not because you're here, or you're on the verge of beating your friends? Well, good news. We have a way you can get paid while playing completely free fantasy football that goes all the way through the Super Bowl. With Smashup Sports, you can join 8,000 other users to play free weekly tournaments that have cash prizes in a single player campaign mode against fantasy experts like Pat Fitzmaurice, Andrew Erickson, or you can do these 2 to 3 week lightning leagues. It's fun. It's easy to play. You set your fantasy football lineup just like you would on a lot of like your favorite DFS sites, but then you get to use a salary cap to add smash cards that can boost certain stats of your players based on the smash card you choose. So think Derrick Henry is going to run wild over the Giants today. Duh. Play Unstoppable Freight Train. You get 30 extra points if he has a run of 40 plus yards. Think Burrow locks up with Jamar Chase. Then play Tunnel Vision of Love to get 3 points for every target. Want to play Jameis Winston for his 3 touchdowns, but afraid he'll have 3 turnovers? Then play Goldfish Memory to get 10 points for every turnover he has. That's actually really cool. Games go through the Super Bowl, and they're 100% free with no entry fees or pay-to-win mechanics. But there are still weekly cash contests, and top performers can qualify for the postseason Tournament of Champions with $10,000 in cash and prizes. And as a special bonus for one of our favorite FantasyPros superfans, if you register using the promo code FantasyPros NFL, not only will you be eligible for the same prizes as others, but Smashup will be giving 5 new FantasyPros users with the highest scores in Week 15's weekly tournament this week a bonus of $25 on top of any other prize they might win. So sign up today using the link in the description below. Smashup Fantasy Sports. Didn't promote us. Didn't say, hey, fantasy experts like Welsh and Tom. No, it's Andrew Erickson and Fitz.
One day.
They're pretty good, though. Those guys are pretty good. All right, back to it. CJ, that's a good super chat. Let's see if we can find it. You didn't put anything there. Now I feel bad. Chotis, hey, pros, flex White or Neighbors full PPR?
I think I'd be going to Rashad White there. I just think that, Bucky, if he's not 100%, Rashad White's look good.
Yeah, and if Bucky is out, it's a Rashad White smash.
Yep.
I'd agree with that. But I will say, like, the one thing you can do against Baltimore, which might make you feel good about a 21, if you teased it and got like 21, 22 points, is that you can throw against them for the most part. But it is like DeVito.
They've been a lot better the last few games. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's comparative, but yeah.
A lot of defensive questions. You guys are sickos. Washington, Arizona, or Eagles defense. Happy birthday to Fitz. Yes, that was 40 minutes ago, but happy birthday to Fitz again.
I think I'm going Eagles there. I've got them, just the best unit overall. I know the matchups are nice for the other teams, but I'd just lean to the talent.
Slower pace game. So I think I agree with that. Pollard or Ramondre from Sam?
That's Pollard for me. I mean, we've been able to just get at the Bengals all year, and I don't see any reason to go away from that.
Yeah, well, I mean, decent matchup for Ramondre. I just don't like about Ramondre is Antonio Gibson's taking some of that role away, and like one fumble and Ramondre is just out of the rotation. It's Pollard, and he's active, so we can feel semi-good. Half PPR, we're going to pick one. Elijah Moore, Marvin Harrison, Bucky. Judy is in at wide receiver, so I think that's telling us he's scared to put Eli Moore in. But I'm not putting Eli Moore in over Marvin Harrison at this point, so I put Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. If Bucky were like super active and it weren't a question, and they're like, hey, he was banged up, but he had a full practice on Friday, these would all be slam Buckies. But it's not right now because Bucky hurt that hip. I was worried about it the week after. What happened? It was slow running before he got hurt. It seems like re-injury risk is high. I just don't love it.
It's just not a great matchup either against Chargers, who allow the fewest fantasy points to running back position. They rank middle of the pack in run defense, DVOA. Like, there's just no reason to force it there.
Yeah, exactly. Luke, 3 of 5. Higgins, AJ Brown, Flowers, Brian Thomas, JSN. So we start.
Well, so AJ Brown's the smash, and obviously you put in T Higgins in there. So really, it just comes down to one out of the next 3. I've got Zay Flowers ranked the highest of the rest of them. I'm sitting JSN on a team which has done very well, which is making me a little bit nervous. But yeah, I'd go Flowers.
You didn't dictate what this is. If this is full PPR, I think this is an easy smash JSN. If it's half PPR, I think Flowers and JSN are pretty close. Maybe a little bit more touchdown equity in Flowers, especially in the matchup. I'm probably leaning JSN for volume, though. He's become the number one. It's close, though. So, if you had a gut feeling and Tom confirmed Flowers, go Flowers. That's totally good. But I would prefer JSN as the third one. Harry, for 2 wide receiver, 1 flex spot, which would you start out of? MHJ, again, BTJ, Irving Waddle, Devontae Smith. So we have 3. We got to start 3 here.
So MHJ definitely in there. And then I think it's Waddle and Devonta Smith for me. I do like Brian Thomas, but it's just so disappointing seeing him playing with Mac Jones.
My predictions were on BTJ this week. Here's the only problem, though. It's like you're going to pass against Houston. You're not going to run against Houston if they're going to be competitive. So I'm going to go Waddle, Smith, and MHJ as well. Even though I've been kind of a Brian Thomas guy, that's enough of an option. We left Bucky out, clearly.
Yeah.
Staban, start 3 running backs. Chuba, Chase Brown, Alvin Kamara, Zach Charbonnet. I'll make this easy. Sit Kamara with the banged up or the illness and a little bit of questions. I'm with Fitzy. Kendra Miller's a little bit on my side. I think Chase Brown and Kamara are closer. Chuba and Charbonnet are smashes, but I'm going to sit Kamara in this instance.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I thought last week he was going to have a bigger week against the Giants, and he didn't. And Kendra Miller looked good enough that these guys have all got really good matchups, and I'd be right there with you.
Start 2 wide receivers: Drake London, Tyreek Hill, Ladd, Judy, Khalil Shakir. This is London and Hill. Hate not playing McConkey, though.
No, I agree with you, but I just think risking it on McConkey when he's not 100% keeps getting banged up. London, Tyreek Hill, easy for me.
All right, Stevan, we got you. JP, Hurts or Darnold? Standard scoring. So that doesn't really do much for us, but Hurts with the rushing equity, Darnold just with being Darnold.
Yeah, I've got Jalen Hurts QB5 this week, Darnold QB8, and I just think the touchdown equity on Jalen Hurts just makes it an easy one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as offended as Joe when people are asking the questions about Jalen Hurts. Like, oh my God, what are we doing here, Jameis? It's like, well, like Lamar Jackson, I get offended by. Like, you just play him. I don't know. Hurts has just not been good, and the Steelers are tougher, but it's still Jalen Hurts here. Steven, full PPR, Shakir or Rashad White?
Man, I definitely want players in that game with like a 54.5 over under. I think I'd probably just lean into that because the matchup isn't ideal for Rashad White.
Shakir is like a smash. All right. Gershon Washington, 2 quarterback PPR, 6-point quarterback passing touchdown, Rodgers or Gino. You already said you're very pro Rodgers today. So,
yeah, that's right. I mean, I do have them back to back in my rankings. I've got Rodgers at 17, Gino at 18, but like, I just think Rodgers is going to have a great game again.
I'm comfortable with it. I like the matchup. Full PPR, flex, Cook, Njoku, Reed, or Pollard?
It's Pollard for me. I really like that matchup.
Pretty high. You were talking about the team total with Cook, too. Just want to throw that out. It's not Njoku or Reed, unfortunately. It's just one of the running backs.
No, I definitely felt a little bit burned by James Cook last week. Nearly cost me quite a lot of money in my Fantasy Pros championship, but we got there anyway.
No, did you? Yeah, you do. I have one. I lost in championship round of one team, unfortunately, demolished, but the other one was so good. It's moving on to the champ. So we both have a championship round team going on?
Yes, sir.
Look at us. Look at us. You got Derrick Henry going today?
I do not have Derrick Henry. No, but I've got Brock Bowers and Trey McBride, so life's pretty good.
That's pretty sexy. That is sexy, but Derrick Henry going. All right, let's see. Did we? Yeah, I have Pollard, by the way, in my ranks ahead of. So Pollard would be the answer. Ryan, 10-team half PPR, start 1, Isaiah Pacheco, Lad McConkey, Rashad White.
That's not a fun one.
I like Lad. I don't
Yeah.
If he's active, he's good. He gets the ball. He gets all the targets. Give me Lad.
And the benefit you've got there is if you get bad reports on McConkey's fitness, that you can pivot to Rashad White.
That's a good point. I like you said his fitness too. That's a good way to say that. Illy Will. Hey guys, full PPR, pick 2 to start. James Cook, Rashad White, Tony Pollard, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams. This will test you because you like Aaron Rodgers, and we would imagine Devontae Adams would be the beneficiary, but those are some half-decent options. What do you think? Yeah,
I'm going with Devontae Adams, who is my wide receiver 16, and then I'd go with Mike Evans as well.
I don't like... Yeah, I mean, Pollard, I would say I don't like sitting Pollard in this instance, but both those wideouts are really good, Will. So that's where we're going to go. Phil, no question. So sorry. Let's see. Brendan, happy birthday, Fitz. We'll pass it along. Can we trust Evans?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's definitely not looking overly pretty at the minute, but he needs about 102.5 receiving yards per game to hit the 1,000 yards. The Bucs seem to really want to get him there, so I'm just leaning into it and just going to keep trying to go with it.
Yeah, they're trying to get that 1,000-yard season too. There's a goal for that 1,000-yard season, 100%. What I can tell you is make sure when you're looking, can we trust Mike Evans? All week long, you can check out the Are They Playing tool for making these tough decisions like Mike Evans. Apparently, it's all Bucks, like Bucky Irving or Breece Hall. Wondering if your injured player is suiting up? Check out Are They Playing, the tool. It uses AI and years of injury data to give you an accurate prediction on whether an injured player will play. So here's what you can do. You can sync your league, and then you'll get a simple report of all your players on the practice report throughout the week. The best reason to do it? Free 99. Absolutely free. So stop sweating the Sunday inactives and get ahead of those tough lineup decisions by visiting fantasypros.com/are they playing. There you go. Easy stuff. All right, let's get back to it. Scott made playoffs in my Dynasty League. Congratulations. Starting Jefferson, Devontae, and Bijan and Bowers. You just dropped a couple of hands on me. I'm kind of like Ron Burgundy sometimes. I'm just going to read it, and my inflection was trying to work with it. Half PPR play Herbert or Darnold. Let's stop there. Herbert or Darnold? Darnold.
I've got Darnold a couple of spots ahead, yeah.
Yep, and then pick 2 of Neighbors, Hall, Charbonnet, Addison.
I mean, Charbonnet is an absolute smash, so it kind of comes down to it. For me, it's Neighbors or Hall, and I feel better about Neighbors, but I could very much understand the Breece Hall play. Are you on Breece there?
No, I'm going to go Neighbors. I know you said the Ravens have been better, but I think you can pass, and I think the play is to get to Neighbors.
Volume.
Yeah, and we saw him get more involved in the second half last week, a little bit healthier. coming straight out of walking the streets of New York, catching balls with Shadur Sanders, his future quarterback. Like, he's feeling good. So I'm going to go with Neighbors.
Well, the Ravens, after this game, they have like 3 games coming up in 11 days on their next stretch of games. Like,
are you calling this a look ahead spot?
I mean, it feels like the kind of game where if they can pull some starters late on, they will be.
That's a good point, actually. So not a look ahead spot. So there you go, Scott. Or yeah, I think we answered them all. All right, Travis. 2, half PPR, Kamara, JT, Waddle, Irving, Keenan Allen.
It's Kamara and JT.
Yeah, I'll go. Like, even though I sat Kamara in that other option because it was so awesome, I'll play Kamara. I still think Kamara is like out there, and I mean, they are a disaster pile. And in theory, my thought last week was Kamara was going to have 40 to 92 touches in the game. They didn't do that, and it went to Kendre Miller. So I just think that the touch game is going to be taken out from Kamara a little bit. Doesn't mean he's still not going to get the ball a ton. His reception prop is 4.5 over still. So he's still a play, but a little bit of an illness. Kendre Miller's looking good. I think he's just probably going to be capped around that like 20 touch marker. So he's still a solid play. So I'll take him and JT, long way around us of talking about him.
Yeah, and I mean, like Washington, you can run on them. They ranked 27th in run defense DVOA. They're not a good defense at all.
Yeah, exactly. Illy Willy is back. Baker, Stroud, Rodgers, full PPR.
I do really like CJ Stroud this week. I think I'd probably play him ahead of the other 2.
I have the Mayfield one is really tough though.
Yeah. I've got Mayfield as low, like QB 16, which is the lowest I've ranked him in a while. CJ Stroud, it just feels like he's been really getting the deep ball game going a little bit more, and we know that's the way to attack the Dolphins. So
yeah, you're not wrong, but Joe Mixon's still out there. I have Mayfield. I'll just tell you my ranks. I have Mayfield higher. I think they're all close. Rodgers has the best matchup, and Nico with Stroud is always a good positive, but I don't know, man. Actually, I feel like Stroud is the middleman here. I think Baker is the best quarterback of them right now. And team context, the biggest Hail Mary is Rodgers in that defensive matchup. Stroud is just kind of like to me. So I'm kind of on Stroud. So we didn't really help you, but at least you got our takes on it. Josh said, my team is mid, but made the playoffs, filling wide receiver 3 and flex spots. Who to start between Jaden Reed, Elijah Moore, Warren, and then injured Bucky?
Am I crazy for liking Jaylen Warren here?
Over Jaden Reed. No, you're not crazy for liking him, especially like they have no deep game. And his reception prop actually moved up to 3.5. So they envision him getting the ball in the passing game. You have to now, you can't do this all the time because this failed anybody who bought into this nonsense with Debo. Like, oh, Debo stunk. He's bad. He's, tweeting and all this stuff. He's going to bounce back. All the teams are talking about him. And then, but Jaden Reed getting that big old fat donut and how he gets involved in that offense, you do imagine he has to bounce back. So for me, if I have to pick 2 here, I got to go Reed, and I just don't trust that Bucky's going to play. I guess if he was active, I would go Bucky too, but Eli Moore, there's no Cedric Tillman. Eli Moore's going to get some targets, so I don't mind Eli. So my answer is Jaden Reed and Eli, assuming Bucky is just not healthy enough.
No, I can get down with that. I feel like I'd possibly be pushing Jaylen Warren in there, maybe at Eli Moore's expense, but it's very close on that side.
Yeah, and I think I wouldn't kill anybody for doing that because, I mean, Jaylen Warren, he looks like the better running back. When you watch him and Najee play, you're just like, oh, Jaylen Warren is better. Like, it's clear. They just don't give him the touches. Chase, PPR, Denver or Arizona defense?
I mean, I'm a bit of a Drake May apologist, so I don't tend to look down on him as much as some people do. I prefer Denver here against Anthony Richardson. I know he's played better, but he's struggled against man coverage, and that's what the Broncos run. I'll
go Denver as well. Ramondre or Tracy?
That's Ramondre for me this week.
Who do I have? I don't even know who I have. I'm leaning Ramondre, but as I said before, let's see. Yeah, I have Ramondre at 23, and I got Tracy a little bit lower. So
yeah,
follow the heart there. Dan Brand, half PPR, Waddle Mooney or Sincere McCormick?
Yeah, I'd go Sincere McCormick.
I was just enunciating his name. I would not go with Sincere, but you wax.
So I've got him as my RB25 this week. I know the Falcons don't give up massive amounts of points to the running back position, but I think that like the Raiders have very little option but to just run the ball heavily. And then in terms of Mooney, he's just a little bit lower than that, really.
I want to say, I'm just looking at my ranks to confirm because I kind of love Mooney in this spot. Who's the other one? It was Waddle. No, I have Waddle higher. So like we talked about before, I have Waddle just a tiny bit higher, but Mooney's a big play option. It's one of those wideouts for me. Now that I'm looking at that, I'm leaning a little bit more Mooney. A couple pieces out there, one really big one. It is confirmed David Njoku inactive. So I know he was like earlier in the week, he's not going to play. Then he was pushing back. He is inactive. So that is a Jordan. Jordan Akins has wild projections. Just want to throw out. It was like 50 something yards on a couple sites. So if he was out there, so maybe a desperation tight end play, he is inactive. Also, Tom, you put that way. The Commander center is also inactive. So, you know, Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, maybe issue.
Just slight nudge down. Yeah, I think they'll still be able to run the ball, but it's noteworthy.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go with Waddle. You're going with Sincere. In PPR, Brian Robinson, BTJ, or Tyron Tracy. This is a smash Brian Robinson, center or not. Whole offensive line can be out. I'll still take him.
Yep. 100%.
All right. Maybe not, but you know what I mean. All right. I'm going to cruise through here and get a couple of the big dog super chats. Make sure we get these. Julie G. Good enunciation. Fighting for a playoff spot. Full PPR. Need one running back, one flex, and a tight end. We've got Monty, Hubbard, Pollard, Pacheco, D-Hop, Utton, and Andrews. And Freiermuth and Henry also available. So the running back, let's start there. It's Hubbard.
So, yep, Hubbard definitely there. So then flex-wise, I mean, probably David Montgomery, yeah. I think like you look at that high over-under, you can definitely run on the Bills, and I'd be completely fine with that one. And then at tight end, look, I mean, I'm starting Mark Andrews. He's got, 7 touchdowns this season. Not many tight ends get that many touchdowns.
I'll go with Mark Andrews as well. I think Henry in a full PPR might actually have like a little bit more floor just because he's probably going to get 7 or 8 receptions. So I don't hate the Henry one, but I have Andrews higher, so I would go there. Only other comment I just want to post out, it's a part of me that wanted to say D-Hop because I am on a ladder bet of him, but it's not D-Hop with the weather. So you're in a pretty good spot there, Julie. James, please and thank you. Pick 2 half PPR, Downs, Dell, Reed, Devontae Smith, and there's a hat tip to the Black Book. Again, we're still in the Joe era of questions. That is, I repeat, no guarantees on anything of anybody has put out there. If you guys could see the queue, we're going to go into lightning round in about 8 minutes. We're going to do 20 minutes of lightning round just so we can attempt to get all of these. That's where we're at. I digress. Devontae Smith and what other wide receiver? Because Devontae is a must.
Yeah, Devonta Smith, and then it probably is Jaden Reed for me there. I said that I'm not massively high on him, but I'm still a good few spots above the other guys. Yep,
samesies for you, James. R. George, standard 1 quarterback, Wilson Richardson.
Man, I mean,
I go with Richardson.
Yeah, I go with Richardson just for the rushing side. I mean, Russ without George Pickens makes it difficult, and then for me, it's the Broncos defense.
Yeah, we just picked the quarterback, and then we're going to take the defense against him.
Yeah, would you want to do that? Or would you go Eagles because of that kind of game theory?
I think the Eagles and Broncos defense is close enough. I think that Steeler game is going to be played on the ground a lot more. And also, I think there could be some 3 and outs for the Eagles as well. I actually might be comfortable going with the Eagles and playing on the side of Richardson scoring a little bit against the Broncos. I just think if I'm playing Richardson, maybe I don't want to hedge. I want to play against. So I'm going to go Eagles and Richardson.
No, I think it's the right way to approach it on the game theory side. Definitely.
Yeah. It's a good way to put that. All right. I'm hitting a couple of the other big dogs. Oh, Dallas, where's your question? Try to get in there, see if Seth maybe can find it. Chad, Stevenson or Rashad White? I think Rashad White, right?
Yeah, Rashad White by a few spots.
Okay. And then Harrison or Judy?
Probably got to be Jerry Judy. I mean, what he's done's been so good. And I mean, the Chiefs, their cornerback situation is just messy.
Yes, sir. I have Judy of quite a few spots ahead of Harrison, really monitoring that weather. But like I said, it looks like it's starting to come back a little bit where it might. I mean, again, like 17-mile-an-hour weather or wind is still not great, but if the rain looks like it's a little bit less impactful than it was before, it's gonna be cold. It's like 70 degrees. I'm in Arizona. Live in Arizona. So where are you in again? Somewhere in London?
I mean, no, I'm in the north of England, near Newcastle.
Cold as hell, right?
Yes.
Like, give me a degree. You're gonna use.
Well, we're around 2 degrees Celsius today, so I
That
don't know what
sounds
that
so
is.
cold.
Let me see.
Yeah, what's the conversion?
35.6 Fahrenheit.
Minnesota and Green Bay scoffing at you. That is cold as hell.
Oh, yeah,
I am 70 degrees here, so I'm gonna guess. What does that translate to? Like 15 degrees Celsius.
21 degrees Celsius. Like that's a nice June day for us over here.
Okay, yeah, that's Arizona here in December. So I feel pretty good about my conversion right there. All right, we're getting close to lightning round. Adam, what do you have, Adam? Flowers, Waddle, BTJ, Ladd, or DK? We are going to start 2.
I'm going with Flowers and DK there. I don't mind playing DK and Charbonnet. I think that when Charbonnet plays, because he's better in the passing game, it involved like the passing rate just goes up across the board.
Oh, baby. I am starting. It's kind of tough. I am going to start Flowers and Ladd. I cannot sit Ladd in any instance. I have Ladd as a top 20 wide receiver. If he's healthy, I'm going. Love him. Like, he's probably the best wide receiver of this group. Let me make sure I have. Where do I have stupid Flowers? Yeah, I got Flowers really close. I got him pretty close. So it is those 2 for me. And then I think it's DK a little bit after and Waddle just a tiny bit after. So Flowers and the Ladd. The Crid. Full PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Mike Evans, Hill, Sharbs. You got to start Sharbs.
Yeah,
Sharbs and Hill for me.
Yep, agreed.
All right, there you go. All the birthday wishes. Andres, we're devastated for you for doing that. All right. Kyle, 2 questions. Goff or Tua?
I think I'd go Goff. Yeah, I like that one. I like, again, leaning into that high over under points total. And then on the tight end side, I'd go Cade Otton. I've got no faith in on Kincaid.
I would also go Otton. I have no faith in any of those guys, though. I have Tua 1 spot above Goff. And part of the reason, it is a big number, but 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half, you can see it with the Lions. Tua, Houston, you cannot run. You have to do it through the air. That's why Tyreek Hill receiving yard prop was one I really liked this week. They're going to have to do it in the air. There's just no other 2 ways about it. And I think I'm also on Tua's passing touchdowns over on the betting side. Shout out to Betting Pros, by the way. You guys want to go check out the best bets. We got a bevy of best bets on there. When you download the app, you can check on the bottom under picks. You'll see we've got a special board that highlights Fitzy, Debro. I think the whole crew has got a favorite bet up. And then you can also follow us directly on Betting Pros, and you can check out, what our bets are. I got a bunch of them, and you can even get 1 month free, FP free. If you guys go and sign up on the app and do FP free, you get a 1 month of free premium access to Betting Pros. How sexy is that? Go and check it out today. FP free. You can do all your own analysis. You can follow our stuff and just, to your heart's desire. Go check it out. FP free. Download it today. All right. Where were we? That was Kyle. We answered your question, Kyle. Get you off the board here. I cannot even believe this amount of questions. All right, Matt. Dowdle or Kamara half PPR? Dowdle smash.
Dowdle. Yep, absolutely. And then on the tight ends, I'd go Juwan Johnson even without Derek Carr.
Always Juwan Johnson. But Dowdle is a smash this week.
Yeah,
love
absolutely.
Dowdle. All right, let's see. Here's a monster one. Avram, have Daniels at quarterback. Running backs are Brown and Hall. Wide receivers are Higgins and Ridley. Kraft is the tight end. Flex is Dowdle. Boom. I don't care about your kicker. Don't care about your defense. Bench is Walker, Reed, Adunze, Otton, Steelers. Should I switch anything?
Nope. Perfect lineup for me.
It is chef's kiss. Go to war, my friend. Yep, go to war. If Ridley is not trustworthy, you could see some argument. The only argument you could have is if something were to happen with Hall, you could take Hall out, put Dowdle in there, and then I probably would put Jaden Reed in under that instance.
Yeah, I mean, Hall's active, so I think you've just got to go with it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We, ladies and gentlemen, are going into a 20-minute lightning round. It is absurd the amount of questions. Desperately are going to try to answer every single one of you because we love you. Strap in. Tom, are you ready?
I am now.
Crack the neck.
Let's go.
Crack the neck.
Yep.
Let's go. Isaiah, flex, Tank, Palmer, Patrick, Diami.
That's not fun. Tank, yeah.
Yeah, it is Tank. Tim Patrick kind of sneaky, but not when
Yeah.
Tank's out there. Tracy, Calvin, Jacoby. Pick one.
I'd go with Jacoby.
I would also go with Jacoby. Calvin right behind there. Cameron, full PPR, start 3. Neighbors, Addison, Bucky, Tracy, McCormick. It's Neighbors, Addison. If you want to risk Bucky, I feel bad saying no to Bucky every single time. If he's active, this is a situation I would do it. Otherwise, if he wasn't, Tracy or McCormick.
Yeah, I agree with you that.
Which one would you go? Tracy or McCormick?
I'd go Tracy over McCormick. Just
I would as well by a slight lean there. Philip, Standard League, start 2 in flex. Jonnu, Tracy, Thielen, McCormick. Definitely Thielen for me.
Yep, Thielen
Probably
definitely.
Tracy.
And then Tracy. I just tight end. I know Johnny's been good, but I don't have enough faith in Standard where you need the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna pass, like I said. So Jonnu might be safer, but I don't know. I'd be comfortable with it. Ryan, PPR, 1 wide receiver. 1 running back, 2 wide out, 2 flex. Oh man, there's a brutal one. Kamara, Brown, Monty, Pollard, Hill, Collins, Ladd, blah, 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 blah. The wideouts, I see you have to start Collins and Hill. You have to start Chase Brown and Monty. So now we're down to, well, actually, we're only starting 1 running back. So now we're down to 1 last flex. So it can be Pollard, Ladd, MHJ, DJ Moore. It's Ladd for me.
It's Pollard for me. I like that matchup for him, been quite high on it all week.
And your tight end question was answered because Njoku is inactive. So you're starting Kraft.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Ryan. Rashad, Ramondre, Warren. That's Rashad.
Yeah, agreed.
There you go, V. Noah Gray, Stone Smart, or Kate Otten?
Kate Otten, yeah.
Noah Gray is always sneaky, though. Always sneaky. PPR, need a flex and an RB2. Dowdle, Sutton, Sharbs. You are starting Dowdle and Sharbs, and you are in an amazing spot, my friend.
Yep, love it.
Love. All right. Negative, full BPR, flex spot, BTJ or Brees.
Man, I think I'm going Brees, even though I don't feel amazing about it.
If Brees is active, I'm going with him. Marvin Harrison or Metcalf?
Metcalf for me,
Yep. James Conner, Brian Robinson. This has been a battle one. I was getting slammed for Erickson. He's a James Conner smash. I love Brian Robinson this week. What say you?
I've got Brian Robinson 1 spot ahead of James Conner in my rankings, so
Let's
Brian
go.
Robinson.
We're rocking. ECR does say James Conner. It is a good spot, but I'm also Brian Robinson on this one. Smash. PPR need 2. Jacobs, Montgomery, Charbonnet, Sharbs, and Jacobs.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, we're on that one. Shannon need tight end, PPR, Ertz, Schultz, or Smart.
I'm going Zach Ertz. I think, I thought he was toast to start the year, but he's proved me wrong, and I keep riding that.
He's not toast. Rashad or Stevenson? Rashad.
Yep.
Okay, we're on that one. We are trying to make some headway. Mooney, Shakir, Moore, Ridley, MHJ, pick 3, full PPR. We've got Mooney, Ridley. I kind of like Shakir over Marvin Harrison.
I could get that. Like, I'm quite high on Marvin Harrison this week, but I could definitely.
Would you kick Ridley? Would you do Shakir, Mooney? And okay, Ridley's gotta.
Yeah, well, I think I'd definitely start Ridley. I just think 37% target share over the last 4 weeks, and the Bengals, we know you can pass on them, so I'd definitely be starting Ridley. For me, yeah, it's tough, but I'd
That's a tough one. Chev, are we cool with sitting Kamara for Robinson, assuming that's Brian, or flexing Robinson Jr.? I have more Mooney, Flowers, or Johnson, my wide receiver 1, blah, blah, blah. So are you saying you could put Mooney or Flowers in? Yeah, if you could put Mooney or Flowers in, specifically Flowers, in your flex and start Robinson over Kamara, totally good with that.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
That's how I'm reading it. Pacheco or Khalil, full PPR?
That's going to be Khalil. That's going to be Pacheco.
Oh, you go. I think I might go Khalil because it's full PPR, but I do like Pacheco.
Yeah, I'm going Pacheco.
Shakir, by the way, not Herbert.
Oh, yeah, that was from me. Yeah,
I was looking at your face and I was like, do you think this is Herbert? No, it's Pacheco over Herbert.
Sorry, yeah. No, that's right that way.
All right. Neighbors or Thielen?
I'm going with Thielen. I feel really good about him. 21 targets over his last 2 games.
I kind of feel really good about Thielen too. I'm gonna go Thielen. All right, James. Looks like Nico, St. Brown, HN, Mixon, pick 3, a quarter PPR. What are you doing? Who do you sit here? I think I actually might sit HN of that group.
Yeah, I'm sitting HM there as well, which feels crazy to say. I mean, this must be a great lineup, but I'd go with exactly what you've said.
Yeah, we're in complete agreement here. All right, JP, Neighbors, Ridley, Harrison. You kind of have gone to, it sounds like Ridley for you because you love Marvin Harrison, but Ridley is the smash.
Yeah.
I think I'm good with that. It's a good group. Adam, start 2, DK, Flowers, Waddle, BTJ.
I'm DK and Flowers there.
I am Flowers and Waddle there. And he's also starting Sharps. Jamie picked 3, Keenan, Cooper, Taylor, Downs, Brees. I will go Cooper, Taylor, and Brees.
Yeah, agreed. I just don't feel great about Josh Downs this week, which hurts me because I was high on him this
It does hurt. Yeah. Flowers, Judy, Shakir, PPR.
That's Flowers for me.
Flowers by a nose. Judy's right there as well. Those are really good options. Kevin, we're so sorry. Charles, Caleb, or Russ Wilson? Well,
I think I'd probably go Caleb.
I have Caleb higher too right now.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling Russ. I do have a bet on Russ this week, but not feeling it. Point per carry: Stevenson, Cook, Tracy, Sharp, Pacheco. If you assuming we only get to pick one, it's Sharp by a mile.
Yeah, Sharp for me. And then the next one after him would be Cook, and then it'd be Ramondre.
No Pacheco? I go
Pacheco. I've just got a bit further down. Yeah. No, I like Ramondre this week.
Cooper, Stevenson, Neighbors, White, start 2. Probably go Neighbors and White personally.
Yeah, I'd go Neighbors and White as well. Yeah.
Okay, it's close. Kevin, need 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Hill, McLaurin, Evans, Adams, Connor, Jones. Whew.
I think I'm just going Tyreek Hill and Terry McLaurin there.
Yes, I'm just staring through there. Yeah, those are incredible options too, but that would be the samesies. Jacob, Pacheco, Pacheco, Cook, and Neighbors need 2, so we're sitting 1 here. Sounds like Pacheco.
Yeah, I'd sit Pacheco as well. He's just not getting quite enough work yet.
I'm comfortable with that. Need 2 half PPR: Higgins, Thielen, Waddle, Neighbors.
Higgins and Thielen ahead of Neighbors for me. Yeah, Higgins and Thielen.
I'm comfortable with that, but Thielen's really, really close. I mean, I might go Neighbors if Thielen's really close.
It was half PPR, wasn't it? Maybe I would go Neighbors there. Yeah, probably better way to rack up points for half.
Need a miracle at flex: Christian Watson, Tim Patrick, Keon Coleman, or Sincere McCormick. Full PPR. You need a miracle. Christian Watson's got to be your guy.
That's it. Shoot for the moon and go with a guy with a massive upside.
Yeah, and he's just been better in that offense in general. So definitely go Christian Watson. PPR need a tight end: Jawan, Smart, Ferguson. Go Ferguson.
Yeah, I'd go Ferguson there as well.
Okay. Start 3: Chuba, Chase, Kamara, Sharbs. You are going to sit Kamara.
God, man, yeah, I'm with you there. It's just it feels mad to sit Kamara, but I'm with you for all the reasons you've laid out across this show.
Yeah, there's Dominic. Sorry, Dominic. Austin, full PPR, pick 2: Sharbs, London, Sutton, Garrett Wilson, or Judy. We know Sharbs is a smash, and I think it's London right here, right?
Yeah, I'm quite high on Drake London this week. I've got him up at my wide receiver 7. Raiders give up loads of points to the slot, and we know Drake London's been playing more there this year.
All right. Dallas. This was Dallas's question from earlier. Need 1 that he didn't get the chat in of each RB2, wide receiver 2, flex. Good Lord. Ridley, McConkey, or Mooney. I'm going
Lad.
So, he just needs 1. Okay, so 1 wide receiver, you go Ridley. Oh, no, Lad. I'm sorry. I'm going Lad too.
Lad, yeah.
1 running back, Pacheco, Irving, or Warren. I would go with Pacheco. You probably go. Okay.
I'll go Pacheco, yeah, just a bit ahead of Irving.
And then if we're flexing somebody in, probably Ridley.
Yep. No, that's exactly where I'd go.
Okay. So we're back in there. Dallas, we got you covered. Let's see. We did Austin's. Stone Cold Larry. What's up, bros? Need a flex? McLaughlin or Pop Douglas? I will go with Jaleel, actually.
Yeah, I'd go Jaleel. He's enough work that you can feel like he's got enough of a floor.
I had one of those where like I thought his prop was super low and I was like, oh my God. It was a little bit higher and I was like, dang it, I want to do it. I thought it was like 20 yards and I was like, oh my God, it's the biggest smash of all time. But it's right at projections. Tom, PPR, Sincere McCormick or Devontae Smith? Devontae.
Yep.
David, sorry. DJ, Shakir, BTJ, DK, JMO, Bucky, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. That is who?
So definitely DK, and then I'd probably go Shakir here, and
Same.
then the flex would be BTJ.
Might go JMO. Big over on that yards. All right, half PPR, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. Lamb, Jerry, Ridley, Myers, Hall. So let's see. We would have. I'm going to go Lamb, Ridley, and then I'm going to flex probably Judy.
Yeah, I'd go there. Like for me, I was just looking at it, and definitely Hall is one of them I'd sit. So I'm comfortable with that.
All right, man. We're trying our hardest, bros. Here, we're going to see if we can do it. Devontae or Sincere? Devontae.
Yep.
Get that one out of here quick. Thielen or Brees?
Thielen.
Go Thielen too. DJ Moore, T, Rashad, Bucky, Tracy, pick 2.
T for definite, and then I'd probably go DJ Moore. The Vikings give up loads of points to the wide receiver position.
I could see it. I'll go with Rashad White on the running back side. PPR. Full PPR, pick 1. Dowdle, Pacheco, Sharbs. So this is Dowdle or Sharbs.
Yeah.
I got Sharbs like 2 spots higher than Dowdle.
Yeah, I've got Charbonnet 3 spots ahead of Dowdle, so right there with you.
Yeah, it's just tough. Panthers like number 1 in fantasy points given up to running backs. Got 0 from Cooper. Need upside. Half PPR. Najee, BTJ, Thielen, Myers. If you needed upside, if you need to go crazy upside, it's kind of BTJ. I think Myers or Thielen might be the easy play though.
Yeah, depending on how badly down you are, I'd go BTJ. But if it's doable, then Myers for me.
Yeah, probably Myers. Sorry, Joel. Let's see. College sport, full PPR, 1 flex, Njoku, Cook, Pollard, Reed. That's Pollard.
Yeah.
All right. Ambu, so sorry. Let's see. Steppen, start 2. London, Hill, McConkey, Judy, Shakir.
London and Hill.
Yeah, it is. I hate not having Lad in there, though, but I agree. Robinson or Sharbs? Sharbs.
Yeah, just.
Yeah. Ambu again. 2 wide receivers, 2 flex, 2 wides, 2 runnings, 1 flex. Kamara, Rico, Cook. So we would sit. I don't know if I would sit Kamara in that.
No, I'm sitting James Cook there.
Okay. JJ, Thielen, Moore, Garrett Wilson, Terry for the 2 running backs.
So definitely Jermaine Jefferson, Justin Jefferson. And then after that, it'd be DJ Moore. And then so we're on to the flex for me would be Terry McLaurin ahead of Garrett Wilson.
Replace DJ Moore with Garrett Wilson for me, and we're in agreement. So there you go. PPR, Laporta, Tracy, Adunze.
I don't like starting tight ends in the flex, but
I go.
Yeah, Tracy.
Bucky or Jaden Reed?
Bucky for me.
If Bucky's active, I'll go with him over Jaden Reed. Please help. Need 1 running back, 1 flex, a tight end. Monty, Chuba, Pollard, Pacheco, D-Hop, Otten, Andrews. Andrews is your tight end. Yep. I think we already did this, Julie. You just dropped another one. Yeah, we already got you covered there. So, all right, King Arthur, would you start Jonathan Taylor or Tony Pollard?
Tony Pollard for me.
I got Pollard over it, but it worries me. Megan, which 2 running backs and wide receivers to start? Hall, Achane, Rico, Cook. That would be Achane and Rico.
Agreed.
And then a wide receiver, JSN, BTJ, Thielen, Waddle. And then there's a flex. Did you just drop a flex on us? I would say I would do JSN and Thielen as my wide receiver and flex.
Yeah, I'd agree on that. That works. And then in terms of the defense, I'd go with the Eagles.
Yeah, samesies. Mike, JT or McCormick? Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, JT.
Neighbors in BTJ. Neighbors. Okay. Breath. Juan, good morning. Pick 2 for the flex PPR. DJ Moore, Pollard, Sutton, Thielen, Darnell Mooney. You love DJ Moore, and I'm going to guess Pollard. I would go Pollard and Sutton. Hunter Henry and Freiermuth, I would go with Henry, and then defense Washington probably.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to see what the Chiefs are doing well on defense, particularly from a fantasy perspective.
And just Browns and throw 50 times. Good morning. Pick 2: London, Sutton, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers. Worried about Sutton since wind. Yeah.
I mean, I'd go Drake London and then Garrett Wilson.
I will go Drake London, and I'm very cool with Garrett Wilson as well. Sutton's right in that general range. Those are great options to have. Nick, PPR, pick 2 wide receivers in a flex: Lamb, Waddle, Ridley, Neighbors, Hop, Warren. So you go.
I mean, Lamb automatic, and then it's going to be, I think it's Neighbors, and then the flex, I would go with Ridley.
Man, I'm gonna go Lamb, Jesus, Ridley, and probably Waddle as my 3. Denver DST this week and rest of season, you're fine. And then whichever kicker's on a good team. Kicker advice.
Well, apart from Justin Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. Need 2 of Aaron Jones, Rico, Brian Robinson, Montgomery. That would be Rico and Brian Robinson, I believe, for us, right?
100%, yeah. And then at tight end, it's Sam Laporta ahead of Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, slight edge there. Sorry, Matt. Let's see. Tio, who should I start? Hurts or Tua? That would be Hurts.
Agreed.
And that's it. Okay, cool. Adrian, I have Mixon and Gibbs starting at running back and can't figure out if I should flex Chuba or Charbonnet. That is a really tough decision. For me, it is Chuba, though. What say you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I've got Chuba as a top 10 running back this week, whereas Charbonnet's like running back 12.
Yeah, and Hunter Henry is your streaming tight end. Kamara, Jones, or Hall if told full go?
I think I'd play Kamara over Breece Hall and Aaron Jones, definitely.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Half PPR, Sincere, Rashad White, Najee, Tank, Rashad. It's only sit one.
Sit one. So I'd sit Tank.
I guess I would sit Tank too. I hate sitting Tank. Mooney Downs, Neighbors, not Naders. Harrison, Shakir, pick 2.
It's going to be Neighbors. Well, no, sorry. It's going to be, Neighbors and Shakir.
Same. Oh, samesies. All right. Let's go Reed or Allen, assuming that's Keenan Allen, right? So Reed.
Yeah, I'd go Jaden Reed.
Okay. DJ, DK, JMO, BTJ, Shakir, Bucky. We need 2 wide receivers and a flex.
So DK definitely, Shakir after that, and then I'd go Bucky, I think, at the flex. Do you like any of those guys over him?
I go JMO with that biggest total of the year. So I go with JMO on that one. Full PPR, pick 2, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Josh Downs, Brian Robinson. I have Cooper and Robinson. I'm sorry, Cooper and Thomas. You love DJ Moore. So this is going to be DJ Moore and what? Cooper or Thomas?
I'd go Amari Cooper.
Okay, so Amari Cooper is kind of the definitive here. Ray McLeod or Zay Flowers?
Come on, it's Zay Flowers. Yeah, definitely.
Come on, buddy. D-Hop, Christian Watson, Coleman, or Kraft full PPR. I will go with D-Hop, but I am biased here because I have the ladder bet, but also Christian Watson's not bad.
Yeah, I prefer D-Hop.
Oh, man. Lawrence, full PPR, pick 2 running backs, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Charbonnet. So Taylor and Sharbs, right?
Yep, agreed.
All right, then pick 2 wide receivers, St. Brown, Drake London. That's your options. There you go.
St. Brown, Drake London, yeah.
And we picked all the main guys, so no worries, buddy. Let's see. Pick 2, James Cook, Sincere, Breece Hall. Sit Sincere.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, easy stuff. Sorry, I got to pull these in here. Fee-fi-fo. Full PPR, need 3. So we're sitting 1. Brown, Cooper, Flowers, Tracy. You're sitting Tracy.
Yep.
Okay, easy. You full PPR me with your quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson or Baker? Lamar. Come on.
It's Lamar every week.
That doesn't help. Neighbors, Thielen, Cooper, Ridley, pick 3. AJ Brown, Neighbors, Thielen, Cooper, Ridley. There we go.
I think I'm sitting Cooper and maybe Ridley there.
I'm gonna go. Well, there's 3. So who'd you say? I'm sorry.
Okay. So AJ Brown for sure. I don't care about the matchup.
Yep.
Then I go Neighbors and Thielen.
You're not Ridley? I thought Ridley was like a must for you.
He's kind of like right just behind Neighbors for me because I just think his ceiling as a whole is slightly lower.
I'm very comfortable with that. Paul, PPR for flex, Amari Cooper, Najee, Downs, Thielen. I guess just 1. Oh, this is for the flex.
Okay,
so Thielen. So that's Thielen for us.
Yep, agreed.
All right. Sit 1 running back. Probably Rashad. Well, yeah, Bucky's out, Rashad over Kamara, but if Bucky's in, it's Kamara over, right?
Agreed, yeah. And then at quarterback, I'd be starting Mayfield, yeah.
Yeah. Tom, Seth, can you guys do 5 minutes of overtime? Want to do 5 minutes of overtime for the people? All right. I deeply apologize. We're not going to get to all of them. There is still 50 plus questions in my queue, but we are going to overtime this. We're going to give you 5 extra minutes. My bosses have not agreed to this, but we're going to do it. If Seth is cool, Tom is cool. Let's ride, see if we can get a few more. Bray, Rashad White, Drake London.
Drake London.
Boom. Is Bucky Irving playing today? We don't know. Don't
check
trust
the Willie play tool.
Yeah, check the are you the Willie play tool? 100%. Go and sync your league. Eminem, Slim Shady, full PPR league. Need to pick 3 receivers: Dell, McLaurin, Dobbs, Douglas, McLeod, or Coleman. That is McLaurin.
McLaurin definitely, and then I'd
Dobbs
go Dell
and Dell.
Dobbs.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. McBride or crap? McBride.
Come on.
Come
Yeah.
on. It's easy. McBride here. All right. Trying to get to these. Pollard, Pacheco. Pollard.
Yep.
That was apparently from Derrick Henry, by the way. Neighbors or Jonathan Taylor? Jonathan Taylor. It is full PPR, though. Paul, flex, Cooper, Harris, Downs, Thielen.
We answered this one already. We've hit this one, haven't we? Just got it. Yeah. Appreciate it.
We did, Paul. We love you, brother. We got you. With Njoku out, Judy, Pollard, Pacheco, and PPR.
It's Pollard. Pollard's an absolute smash.
Yeah, I'd like Judy though a little bit there. Lawrence, pick 2 run. Didn't we do this one too? 2 PPR, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook. This is would you go? Oh, this is 2 running backs, 2 wideouts. Sorry. So Taylor, Sharbs, London, St. Brown. Yes. We kind of did that.
Yeah.
Okay. You just dropped it again. So all right. Sorry. Sanchez, I can only start 2 half PPR, Tank, DK, Downs, Jacoby. Oh, it's Jacoby and DK.
Absolutely.
Yep. By the way, 77% chance to play for Bucky, according to the will they play tool. So that is optimistic. I just still don't feel, because remember the game that he played, he was like, not getting a whole bunch of starts. So that's what makes me feel uncomfortable about it. Paul, Cooper, Harris, Downs, Thielen for flex.
We've answered this one.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get rid of that one. That's my bad. Need to start 4 half PPR. AJ Brown, Wilson, London, Higgins. Those are the 4.
Those first 4, yep.
Mel, pros over woes. Rico or Brian Robinson? Rico.
It's Rico.
It's very close, though. Tua or Lamar?
Lamar.
Waddle, Hopkins? Waddle.
Yep.
Okay. Sit 1. Pacheco, Cook, or White?
I'm sitting Pacheco.
I'll go with that. Sit 2 wide receivers: Wilson, Smith, Ridley, JMO, and probably Ridley for me.
Yeah, I'd agree there.
Okay. Mo Money, Ladd or DeAndre? Ladd. Help me pick 3 between Kamara, Mixon, Dowdle, Swift, or Bigsby. That is Mixon, Dowdle, and Kamara.
I'm going Kamara. Yeah, Swift just doesn't even enter the conversation.
Okay, it's pretty close. Half PPR: Myers, Irving, White, or Ridley.
I think I'd go Myers.
I'm going to follow you there. Hurts or Darnold?
That's Hurts. Yeah.
Hurts. Thielen or Bucky? Thielen. All right. We're rolling. Stevenson or Brees?
I'm going Ramondre. I really like our matchup today.
I go Brees in that instance. 2 running back, 3 wide receiver flex. Good Lord. Hall, Sharbs, Tracy, Bucky, Neighbors, BTJ, Thielen, Ladd, D-Hop. All right. Running backs are Sharb and Hall.
Agreed. Yep.
3 wide receivers are Ladd, Thielen,
Neighbors.
And Neighbors. I didn't even see him. And then our flex is Cooper.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Okay.
1 PPR, starting Chase and Henry as my number 1 pick. 2 wide receivers. McLaurin. Sorry, this is not the time for those. McLaurin and JSN are your 2 wide receivers. Chuba's your running back, and Charbonnet's your flex.
Yep.
Thank us later. Full PPR, sit 1, St. Brown, Hill, Thielen, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Chuba. I think
I'm sitting Thielen.
Yeah. Right, so we're in agreement there. We're going to get a couple more here. Neighbors or Jonathan Taylor? Jonathan Taylor. You're so welcome. And just dropped one to say thank you. Let's see. Judy, Wilson, Metcalf, Charbonnet. Pick 2, Wilson and Sharbs.
Yes. Yeah. And then it'd be Judy just slightly behind them.
Yeah. I've been looking over at the chat. I barely even looked at the screen this entire time. That's how many we've been going. This is crazy. Half PPR, flex, Thielen, Addison. Thielen.
Yeah, Thielen.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't even know what I have up on the screen anymore. JT or Brees Hall? I go JT.
Yep.
Sutton, Judy, Dowdle. Got to play 2 of them. That is Sutton and Dowdle.
Yep.
Okay. I love hearing the yeps. We're in agreement here. Half PPR league with everything set except 1 wide receiver and a flex. We've got CD, McLaurin, Rico, Aaron Jones. You've got to start Rico and probably McLaurin.
Yeah.
You agree? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, sitting CD feels a bit minging, but let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to get these last couple ones. I don't even know what this currency is. It's NT. Start 2 full PPR, Ladd, Wilson, JSN. I'm going Ladd and Wilson.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Perfect. Kevin projected to lose by 20 cup. Play safe wide receiver with Thielen or play upside. I think Thielen's actually as much of an upside.
I think I'd lean Cooper and just hope that game goes off and he gets 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Tua or Knicks? I got Knicks.
Yep, Knicks.
Ooh, that's like I got Knicks. Rico or Brian Robinson? Rico?
That's Rico, yep. And then on the other one, I'd go JSN just ahead of Amari Cooper.
Agreed. Massive dog, 6-point PPR. Need upside. Kyler, Jalen, 2 of Sutton, Robinson, London. I would go with Jalen, and then I would go with B. Robin, London.
Yep, that's exactly where I'm at on that one.
We can only do one more. This one, half PPR. I'm super heavy underdog this week, thanks to Stafford. Set my lineup: 2 wide receivers, DK, DJ Moore, Downs, Hopkins, and Reed. We go DK, and I'll follow you with DJ Moore.
Yeah, I'm DJ Moore then at running back, Brees and Monty.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then in terms of the flex,
Hopkins over Reed.
Yeah, I'd go Hopkins there. Feel pretty good about his touchdown equity in half PPR.
Let's all breathe. That had to be a record for most questions answered in an hour straight. At one point, Seth was like, holy crap, you guys are wrong. That was a lot. I am so desperately sorry we didn't leave a lot on the board. I just want to let everybody know. We left enough that I can notice it and enough that we can't get to it. We went overtime. I overrid everybody and approved this overtime. We had to do it. Hopefully, I bet our Fantasy Pros crew will be in the chat. We'll try to keep answering your questions. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow Tom at NFL_T_Strack. You can follow me at Is It The Welsh. Head over to Discord. On the Fantasy Pros Discord, we've got AMAs for all of our guys. I'm in there. You've got Fitzy. You've got Erickson, Debro. You can go over fantasypros.com/chat. It's completely free to have access to the community. You can join premium to access to everything like our shows that we do. I have a show on Monday and Thursday. I'm live on there. We do podcasts out of them. fantasypros.com/chat. You still got 50 minutes before lock. You can ask questions in there. We've got the stuff on the socials as well. Follow us at Fantasy Pros on all the socials. I think we've got a couple lives going on answering questions. Feel free to hit us up on the Twitter. Again, so desperately apologize we couldn't get to every single one. You guys literally broke the system more than we could possibly handle. Good luck. It is huge. We're with you. Tom and I, we're both rocking those FFPC championships. We've all got big leagues on the line. We're all with these big decisions. And my only hope here, whatever we missed, is that we answered enough questions and variations that it helped you in some way, especially if we didn't get to your question. So, Tom, great to have you back, buddy. So good to see you back in here. All right, man. Seth on the 1s and 2s. Shout out to Seth as always. Joey and Fitz earlier. Happy birthday to Fitz. Thank you guys. We love you and good luck. We'll talk to you next time right here on Fantasy Pros. Peace out.